Hey, Nolan. Oh. Oh. Hey, guys, welcome in. Nolan, I've never had season tickets for the Patriots. Never. I had friends that have, but not me. Welcome in, guys. Hey, do me a favor. Help out with that live goal. Tap the screen. Appreciate you guys being here. Looking at our friends over on the tube. Hey, Jay Webb, Cool Breeze, Nikki, Wait. Perspicious. Oh. I was like, wait, I'm going to read that word a couple of times. Welcome in, friends. Good evening, good evening. Hey, guys. Mr. Wheels, Meg, Ray, Dr. Kelly, Nickel, Kenneth. Appreciate you guys being here. Do me a favor, help out, tap the screen. If you can throw a couple of roses towards the live goal, that's great. Appreciate it. If you know who this band is, you're cool. You know what's up. Jordan knows. There you go. Aaron knows too. One of my favorite bands is the Meters. Excuse me, something caught my throat. So one of my favorite band is the Meters, and then another one of my favorite bands is Fish. And by the way, we got Nemo in the queue. We're gonna bring him up shortly. We got to get those likes up and help polish off the live goal. Someone's gonna get muted in the chat again. I have a free bird, and that free bird is right here. So what Fish used to do as a practicing tool, and I actually tried this with a band that I was in, which is they would sit there and they would put on a Meters song, and what they would do is they would start the Meters song, and then they would play along with it, right? They would start it at the tempo, and then what they would do is they would turn the Meters song down. See, exactly, you get it. It's a free bird. You got a free bird. I gave it to you. And then what they would do is they'd turn the Meters song down after like 10 seconds of they get the tempo, and then they would try to play and keep their tempo back and like hang in the fucking groove like those guys did. And they were like, no matter how much, like we would always be just a little bit faster than they were. Like no one could fucking hang in the groove like the fucking Meters. No one could fucking hang in the groove like these guys. Like not ever. So, anyways, love the Meters. Hey, Crystal. Hey, friend. All right. We're just about ready to start bringing folks up. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, I'd like you to hop in the box over here, or you can call in. The number is pinned over on the tube and over on Twitch. Hello to any of our friends who are watching over on Twitch. I know we've got some new folks and some new subscribers over there, as it were. Jordan, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to go this summer. I wish I could. Going to the Sphere was a lot. It was a lot. I don't know if I can. Maybe if I get a little kindness my way, maybe. But I don't know. It's doubtful. Also, now that Fish has they've really scaled back the number of dates they do on each tour, like their summer tour, their fall tour, and stuff like that. Tickets are much more difficult to come by because there's a lot fewer shows, and there's still the same number of people or more people that are trying to go to those shows. So, anyways, yeah. But all the Sphere show were awesome. And I was just lucky. Like I said, my cousin's husband was kind enough to offer that second ticket at face value. Otherwise, I never would have been able to afford those tickets. They were insane. But anyways, we'll play the rest of this meter song while we wait. Nemo is here. I'm here. We're here. We're having some fun. So, Nemo, did you get those screenshots that I sent you over on Discord?
Yeah.
I was like,
damn.
How is that not the lead? How is that not the fucking lead of that New York Times article?
Yeah. I mean, it's so damn annoying.
Yeah. So we are going to talk about that. There's absolutely we need to dive into. I don't know. Maybe you guys are tired of us talking about Graham Plattner, but I don't know. Fuck that shit. Because we've got to address this latest New York Times article. Fucking hit job on him. But anyways, we got someone calling. Let's see who we've got. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I live in Indiana right now.
That's a child. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes, I support Donald Trump and I voted for him, yes.
Okay, how old are you and what state did you vote in?
24, I voted from Michigan.
You voted from where?
Michigan.
Oh, Michigan. Okay. You said 24?
Yes.
Okay. What do you still support that Donald Trump is doing in June of 2026?
He is actively trying to liberate my home country.
What's your home country?
Iran?
Yes, Iran.
Oh, dear.
What is your definition of liberation, caller?
Liberation means either toppling or at least weakening that totalitarian, horrible regime. So eventually Iranian people can, create a, if not a democratic regime, at least a better one like we had before the 1979 revolution. It was not good, but it was better. Like what you Americans did to Germany after World War II, that's what I call definition. That's what I call, liberation. Yeah.
Sure, I agree
Sure.
with you. I mean, I bet Nemo would also agree. That is a good definition of liberation. Agreed.
Sure.
Do you think that that's what's going to happen in Iran in any meaningful way?
Yes.
How?
Why wouldn't they?
How? No, great. Explain
How?
to us. No, but when I say how, I don't want vague platitudes. I don't want like, oh, the United States is going to do. No, I would like specifically, how is the United States military going to march into Tehran and liberate the country? Because when you just said the United States did that in Germany after World War II,
Sure.
we marched into Berlin, and that's what we did because we could. So how the hell are we going to do that in Tehran when if you're Iranian,
Yes.
that there's well over 1 million members of both their army and their IRGC ready to fight, and the terrain is unlike anything that we've seen probably since Vietnam. In terms of, now it's not jungle, but it's mountainous. It's terrible to fight in. Like, there's no fucking way for us to just easily get there. So, like, how is that gonna happen? Please.
Well, the fact that it is IRGC is strong and religiously motivated doesn't mean that they're invincible. And there's another factor that you forgot, that Iranian people extremely, very much hate their regime, and that's gonna make it very much easier because the normal army, the Artesh, not IRGC, the actual army probably will not resist that much. And if you attack, it's very much likely that maybe even Iranian people would be empowered and actually join Americans, or at least not, push back.
You
You have this up.
this logic that you're using, same logic used whenever we went into Iraq.
Oh, no. Iraq was a little bit different. You see, people of Iran are way less religious. Actually, arguably, many people don't know this, but Iran has growingly become a post-Muslim society. And Persian people are very much more culturally closer to Americans than their other Arab nations. And we are also very urbanized culture, and we are also, have a very high literacy in our country. So I very much doubt that this thing that happened in Iraq and Afghanistan is going to be repeated in Iraq. Plus, Afghanistan was not as bad as everybody says. I'm not saying
to be clear,
Iraq
I didn't say Afghanistan. I said specifically Iraq because Afghanistan, like the the analysis between Iraq and Afghanistan on the surface sounds the same, right? Like if you don't know a ton about like the history of the regions, so Afghanistan far more tribal than Iraq. Iraq had been under a dictator effectively a dictator, which was Saddam, for decades at that point. Afghanistan was way more fractured, and because it's just more remote, right? I mean, Afghanistan's terrain is actually almost identical to Iran, right? It's extremely mountainous and fucking hard to get anywhere. So, the point is,
okay, but
good.
Go on. So just wanted
Basically,
to say that
the analysis is that when it comes to Iraq, the arguments that you were using were used with Iraq. That Saddam is pure evil, which he was. That the people didn't really like him, which is true, seeing as he gassed them. And that if America were to come in and kick him in the nuts and remove him from the presidential palace really quickly, that the rest of the country would help us and that there wouldn't be any problems. And we did remove him from the presidential palace really quickly. Like we hit Baghdad and took it in like a month the second time around. And I mean, yeah, we did that. And then when did the the insurgency started? That would have been a year later. That's when it starts.
Not even. Like it was so fast. Like it's
Okay.
Yeah.
You made some good points. Please let me answer all of them. So first of all, about Afghanistan, real quickly, you correctly mentioned that. Okay, yes, plateau is very similar to Iraq. Yes, and it was very difficult for the United States to, invade and occupy parts of Afghanistan. But as you saw, they did it. If it wasn't because Joe Biden pulling out of Afghanistan, I think that there was a high. It will be very likely for the United States eventually topple Taliban for good. So then you mentioned about Iraq. So you're saying that first of all, as I said, I'm convinced that you keep using Iraq as because it's a famous example of a failed attempt of regime change. Well, you're actually not making you're not explaining why wouldn't Iran be like Germany.
Hang on, caller. Can I just point out something? I asked you an original question here that you have yet to answer, and you keep just moving away from it. Nemo was just simply giving you an example, giving you an example of why, just kind of why it wouldn't work. Like you haven't given us a blueprint of how the United States will liberate it, and just saying, hold on, time out. Just saying, well, maybe the people will do it. Nemo's pointing out to you that's probably not going to be a thing that's able to happen. If the people were going to just rise up and do it, probably would have already happened. Or just hear me out on this. If they could just if that was just a thing that could happen, the United States probably wouldn't be bombing civilian infrastructure right now, or in the last 2 months. So, for example, murdering a bunch of school kids. That school kid
was bombed by RGC, not by Americans.
No, it wasn't.
It wasn't. And in fact, we have absolute proof because our own Department of Defense said that it was us. We said that it was us. If you believe that it was the IRGC, then you don't believe the United States government saying that it was us. We also have the missiles. We have the pictures of the fucking missiles. No. Shut the fuck up and listen to what I'm saying. Our own Department of Defense said that it was us. Do you understand?
Why would
our own Department of Defense said that we did it? Now they are saying that it was a mistake, but we did it.
So you're agreeing that if they did, it was a mistake and not on purpose?
No, absolutely. I think that it was on purpose. Or if it wasn't actually on purpose, it was because of gross negligence, because they shuttered the program that we had in place at the Department of Defense that the Biden administration started to stop civilian casualties when we did strikes like this. So either way, it's this administration's fault that a bunch of school kids died and they didn't have to, and their parents are never going to see them again. If this is how we affect liberation in a country, fucking count me out, man. Because I don't want my 9-year-old daughter to be fucking killed for something like that. Do you? Do you have kids? Do you have kids?
I'm only
yeah. Well, then I guess it must be real fucking easy to be like, oh no, it was just the IRGC, or I don't care about that. Tell me, say that's not a big deal that happened. Say it. Say it's not a big deal, because I bet that's probably what you're going to say.
I don't want to say it's not a big deal. I mean, but I could say that first of all, IRGC killed a lot of innocent Iranians. We shouldn't forget that ever, right?
Yeah. Cool. The United States has also killed a lot of innocent people. What's your point? So is Israel. Israel's killed probably, 10 times as many innocent people.
Yeah, but there's a huge difference. In Iran, we cannot vote to reform our system. We have to overthrow that regime.
You have to what?
Overthrow that regime.
Okay. Again, I'm still asking the same question that you haven't answered.
Okay.
You
the
think
same thing that you
no,
done in
listen.
Afghanistan.
No, listen, dude. You're not making any sense now, okay? And this is where we get with every single person that we talk to about this, which is you think that the United States is effectuating regime change in Iran. We have said
Yes.
we are not doing that. Our government has said we're not doing that. The Trump administration has said, well, we're not doing regime change. Nope, not happening. So why do you think that that's what we're doing if the people running the war are saying that's not what we're doing? What the fuck? What do you know? What do you know that the Secretary of Defense doesn't know? Huh?
Listen, I think that this administration
No,
is
I asked you a
divided.
question. I said, what do you know that the Secretary of Defense doesn't know? Because
Nothing.
you seem to think that there's a goal in this war being effectuated right now that they're saying directly isn't what they're doing.
I'm not claiming to know more than the Secretary
Then
of
they're
War.
not liberating Iran and they're not doing regime change. So you're just fucking wrong, bro. You're just wrong. They've said it. You're wrong.
Why are you so mad?
I'm confused how you're not accepting that we blew up a girls' school.
If you're Iranian, why are you not mad that we're murdering your civilians? I'm Lebanese and I am fucking pissed right now. Why are you not mad?
So if you're Lebanese, can I ask how do you feel about Hezbollah?
No, we're talking about Iran. Don't pivot away because you've been fucking caught in realizing that the thing that you said that you think is happening in Iran isn't happening so that you can get out of the conversation. Nope.
I extremely hate that regime, and I want my country to be liberated. And also, Iran kind of started this war. It's kind of their fault for making a nuclear weapon.
They didn't make a nuclear weapon.
They were trying to make a nuclear weapon. They
weren't trying to make a nuclear weapon.
No matter how much Bibi and Trump told them to stop enriching uranium, 60% is too much. They didn't listen.
According to who?
According to who? Iran has admitted that has 60% enriched uranium.
Yeah, no, we know they had 60%. My question is, according to who is it too much? Like the part about it being too much, that's what I'm asking about. I know they had 60%. That's not up for debate.
60% means they could, there's 6 months, if they start today, there's between 6 months to 1 year away from nuclear weapons.
Okay, so?
So what if they decide to make a nuclear weapon? Do you want that regime to have a nuclear weapon?
Right, so there's more to it than just, oh, hey, if they start today, they are 6 months away. All I got to do is do more enrichment magic with uranium, and then that's literally the last step before they have a nuke. No, there's more to it than that, right? So they already have, so ballistic missiles, you don't even really need that as far as nukes are concerned, but they have intermediate range. You would need delivery vehicles. You would need to be able to miniaturize it and actually put it into a warhead. They don't have those capabilities. There are more steps between, oh, hey, now we have weapons-grade uranium to, oh, hey, now it's on a weapon. Does that make sense?
Guess so, but okay. Would you guys agree that Bibi Netanyahu, to a great degree, is calling the shots in this war?
Yeah.
Mm. So, are you guys aware of that Israelis and the Jewish people have literally a national day celebrating Cyrus the Great Peregrine King who saved the Jews? So my question is,
Are you seriously about to try and make us feel sympathetic towards Israel as it pertains to Iran?
Well, I'm just want to tell you that say that I think that because
Are you about to tell us that the Israeli people, or I'm sorry, that Israel has the highest number of vegans and or vegetarians anywhere on the planet? Are you about to tell us that little factoid too?
No, I just wanted to say that because we are their historical allies. Most of the countries in that region, like Egypt or Syria, these are their historical enemies, but we are their historical allies. So they wouldn't treat us the way that they're treated. I'm not saying they treated others good, but I don't think they would treat us the same way. That's my argument.
Right. Benjamin Netanyahu is a warmongering tyrant. So him calling the shots as far as this war goes, unfortunately, he has compromised on our leadership, and or they're easy to buy. One of the two. So that's the only reason that the U.S. is really operating in this war. I mean, in addition to psychotic religious reasons. For some of them.
Psychotic religious reasons. Okay. About psychotic religious reasons, in America and Israel, I can easily come out as atheist. I am an atheist. I'm very proud. And no one can do anything on me. But in Iran, I would be executed just for not believing in God. Like, they don't support my life. The Bibi Netanyahu and Trump don't believe that I should be murdered for my lack of belief, but the Iranian regime does.
No, I mean, you're right. You're right. You can be an atheist in the U.S. or Israel. I would like you to tell me who was the first president to be an atheist in the U.S. Or for
Who's
that
the first
matter,
president of the U.S.?
any level of elected office in the House or Senate or White House.
No, what's your question? Who's the first president in the U.S. history? Like, what do you mean?
Have we ever elected an atheist in the U.S.?
No, not publicly. Because it's not against the law, but it's kind of a taboo at this point. But actually, President Trump is the first president who brought an atheist to the White House. Elon Musk is the first atheist who had a post in the government.
Elon Musk is.
I promise
you, Elon Musk calling himself an atheist. That is.
And he's also not. As Nemo just pointed out to you, he's not an elected official. Have we had people appointed in our government and worked in our government who are atheists? Yes, but Nemo very specifically said elected official.
If someone is if a president before getting elected says that I'm gonna make this person my minister and we vote for that president, isn't that minister in a way elected?
No, not even a little bit. Nope, absolutely not.
Also, Neil deGrasse. I'm sorry, my audio keeps fucking with me. Okay. So Neil deGrasse Tyson also has been working with the United States government for a long time. He is an outspoken atheist. So this notion that Trump was the first, no. I mean, if I had to take a guess, I'm pretty sure it would be Obama. Possibly Bush. I can't remember when Neil deGrasse Tyson started working with the U.S. government.
Neil Tyson, I think he's agnostic, not atheist, but that's besides the point.
So if in Israel, just out of curiosity, just to double check this, so if in Israel it's totally fine to not be Jewish, then why is it that Palestinians aren't allowed in certain areas of Israel?
Well, I'm not saying that is okay. That's a bad thing.
No, I'm asking. I'm not asking for your judgment on it. I'm asking you. Why is it that if in Israel what you're saying is true, why is it that Palestinians aren't allowed to go to certain places in Israel?
Because
why is it that Palestinians are second-class citizens? Why is it modern-day apartheid? Why are they committing a genocide against the Palestinians? If it's not about excuse me, if it's not about what I'm saying, what is it about?
Nationalism. The same thing that Hitler done.
Excuse me, it's not about, okay, cool, if it's not about nationality, then why is it only the non-Jews that are getting killed?
Because Judaism is a nationality as well, not just religion. They're an ethno-religious group.
I understand
Because
that
of
they're
their-
I understand that they're an ethno-religious group, but it's all mixed up together. So guess what? Considering the fact that it's all mixed up together, what you're trying to do is you're like, well, they're not doing it for theocratic reasons, so it's fine.
No, I'm not saying it's fine.
Good.
I
So then
said
you
that it's
agree
not
that
the-
so then
I
you
just said
agree
to
then
speak-
so then you agree that in Israel they're doing the same thing but just for a slightly different reason. Cool story, bro.
But my question is,
So
why
then you
does
agree
those-
that they're doing it in Israel just for a slightly different reason, right?
That's one way to put it.
No,
But
that's
in
not one
Israel-
way to put it. They're definitely fucking doing it. How many people have they killed in Gaza since after October 7th? How many people? You should know this.
I don't know the exact numbers, but
Wait a second. You don't know the exact number? Do you want to take a guess?
take a guess. I
Take
don't
a
know,
guess.
12,000.
Yeah, no, take a guess.
12,000.
No, try again. Higher.
Higher.
Yeah, try again.
I don't know. 50,000.
The estimates are somewhere, because we can't be for sure, but the estimates range from 70 to 100,000 people and counting.
Okay, that is horrible. I'm not gonna minimize that.
And
But
there's close to
you-
4,000 Lebanese people that have been killed just since the fighting started with Iran.
Okay. Do you
So,
agree that in the
do you
West-
agree that they're doing the same thing in Israel just for a slightly different reason?
Okay, I accept that.
Good.
But I want to add one point. At this point, in Israel and America, you can vote.
Why
and
are you
reform
making
their system.
excuses for Israel? You are
I'm
literally
not
the
saying it's a
first
good excuse.
Iranian that I've ever talked to that would make excuses for Israel. What the fuck is wrong with you?
I'm not the
starting to think
first
that he's
Iranian.
not
There are so
Iranian.
many Iranians who are
What part of
Zionists.
Iran are you from?
Tehran, the capital city. But
Bullshit.
I'm originally from Tabriz.
Bullshit.
What?
Where are you from originally?
My father's side is from Tabriz. My mother's side is from Shiraz.
When did you move
Okay,
to the
he might
United
be.
States?
2020.
2020?
Yeah, it was very difficult because of the COVID, but we managed to do it. It was very. It's a long story, but yeah. Do you want me to speak Farsi for you so you can believe me?
I'm not asking you to speak Farsi. It's definitely one of the weirdest things that I've heard in a long time. But that's all.
I just want to say that in the United States, we can vote and change the system as horrible the system it is. In Iran, we have no choice but completely overthrowing the system. That's a huge difference.
Okay.
Okay.
That doesn't justify Americans overthrowing the system for you.
Why not?
Why not?
But why cannot we
Because
have new ones
let's
and say
pretend
that,
for a
okay,
moment.
as
Let's
horrible-
pretend for a moment that you are not only Iraqi. Let's say you're Kurdish.
Sure.
Okay, you are Kurdish, which
Sure.
for people that don't know, the Kurds are 1,000% the most shat upon, fucked over ethnic group when it comes to
Arguably, yes.
regional allies in that region. So for like Iraq, Syria, that area, we have worked with the Kurds. They have been our ally over and over and over, and we have fucked them over and over and over. And Saddam gassed the Kurds.
Yes, horrible.
So Saddam was basically, we're talking absolute power, right? And so if you were Kurdish and you said, well, we need America to overthrow Saddam, you could say, well, he's gassed our people and we can't unelect him we can't remove him from power. America has to do it. Now, if you were to say that, it would suck. But I think most Americans would say we're not about to go invade Iraq because there's a fucking dictator there.
I mean, why not?
Why not? Because thousands of soldiers lost their lives in Iraq on our side. Not to mention the hundreds of thousands of civilians that lost their lives in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Sure.
But
during the American Civil War, so many Union soldiers lost their lives. Does that mean that they shouldn't have went and liberated slaves? In the World War II, so many American soldiers lost their lives. Does that mean they shouldn't have liberated Germany, Japan, and Italy?
Well, in the case of the Civil War and World War II, those were both wars of necessity, whereas the Iraq War was one of choice. We chose to go into Iraq. We didn't choose to go into the Civil War or World War II.
You may not know this, but they literally had to, like, they had all these hearings. They like convinced Congress that this was, and the American people, this is the thing they had to do. They showed exhibits and tried to say that there was evidence that there were WMDs and chemical weapons, all these different things. Like that was the only reason that they did it. And of course, it all turned out to be a complete fucking lie.
So I believe that, okay, I accept the criticism of U.S. and Israel, but why cannot we have nuance and also hate the Iranian regime and say that, okay, the whole thing is not black and white. Maybe overthrowing that regime could be good. And by the way, the fact that one war was necessary and the other is not necessary doesn't determine the outcome. No.
It doesn't determine the outcome, sure, but I mean, in hindsight, it definitely it paints a certain picture, right? So if we're just going into wars of choice all over the damn place, and let's say the war goes bad, well, now it's like, number one, we chose to do this, so we're assholes. Number two, look what it got us. And then again, everybody views that administration and that country as bad, right? The Iraq War haunts us today. Vladimir Putin, in 2022, when he did the major push into Ukraine, pointed to how the U.S. invaded Iraq in 2003. He literally used that excuse. He said, well, the Americans did it in 2003. So,
can I ask you a question? So you, since you keep coming back to Iraq and use that as an example of failed regime change, what makes you think that the outcome of Iran would be like Iraq and not like Germany?
So if you have to go back to Germany, right? So Germany, that would be 1945, right?
Sure.
1945 was 80 years ago, okay? You have to go back 80 years, despite there being many, many conflicts in the interim. Something tells me that there might be a pattern there, right? So, like with Germany, you could say, yeah, that was a successful regime change, but that was also us occupying them, right? And that was also after we bombed literally the entire country into rubble, right? And also we had, I guess, quote unquote, help from the Soviets because they took half of Germany was split in half, and half of that country was then under new management, right, of the Soviets, and they were not very nice, right? Americans, different story. I mean, you'd probably be better off pointing to Japan than you would Germany. But in any case, yeah, those were, I guess, technically regime change, but it was also, that was kind of like it's kind of like that is a secondary objective, right?
Sure.
Like, we were in World War II because of the war, because of Pearl Harbor, because of the conflict itself. We weren't like the end objective was not, hey, we're going to swap out a regime and that's it. There was a lot, there was a lot more to it. So
right, but
good.
Would you at least agree that United States actions in the World War II in the long term made the world a safer place?
Wait, say that again?
United States actions in World War II in the long term made the world a safer place. Now we don't have Nazis running the show.
Well, yes and no.
What if in 1940s
the answer is yes and no, because you need to consider you do need to consider the implications of the atomic bomb.
Oh, yeah, that is a good point. But let me actually go to this point. But during the World War II, if there were some leftists who were saying that, oh no, stop imperialist war and everything, and created friction, and the Nazis would win, history would remember them as bad guys,
What are
not
you
good guys.
What are you talking about? What are you trying to even say here? You're not making any sense.
What am I saying is history maybe remembers Americans right now as liberators and the Ayatollah Khamenei as Adolf Hitler, but the people who create
Listen,
friction.
we already think that the Ayatollah is a piece of shit. I am glad that he's gone. I don't think that none of us think that the current regime is good. You're acting like that's maybe not a thing. Really, nobody fucking thinks that they're good except for Islamic hardliners who agreed with them from a fundamentalist standpoint. Like, none of us think that they're good. They're fucking terrible. Everyone already agrees on this, right? So that's not the problem. Okay?
Right. So
the problem is the United States taking unilateral action against them when they didn't attack us first and clearly did not have a nuclear weapon. And our own director of national intelligence said, we destroyed their nuclear capabilities in June of 2025, and they weren't restarting their nuclear program. She said that on March 18th, 2026, and strangely enough, resigned 2 months after that.
Okay.
Weird,
Two
huh?
Points. 2 points I want to make. Number one is if everybody universally agrees that the Islamic Republic is a piece of shit, then why when the protests were happening a few months ago and the regime killed 12,000 protesters, the left of America didn't really show any reaction. And some people even, not think everybody, but maybe a fringe minority, I don't know how many of them are. Are they fringe? Are they more? I don't know. But some people haven't shown sympathy.
What do you think that Americans were supposed to be doing? Everyone knew what was happening. Nobody liked what was happening. But what did you expect Americans to do while they were literally in the middle of being terrorized by their own government with jackbooted thugs on the streets terrorizing them?
Well, I don't know. It probably wouldn't stop Americans protesting if it was people of Gaza.
I'm asking you the question, what did you want Americans to do?
To maybe at least, I don't know, just acknowledge, maybe just say something, because everybody was talking
Literally,
about Venezuela.
everyone was acknowledging it, and they knew that it was happening. In fact, people were talking about it. Everyone knew what was going on. What are you talking about?
Everybody was talking about what Trump did in Venezuela, and so many people...
Oh, my God. Guys, hey, breaking news alert. In America, domestic news about America is the most important thing. This is crazy. Nemo, did you know that? No. Did you know also, caller and Nemo? Did you know that in the UK currently the most important and broadcast news is news about the UK? Did you know that? I know. It's fucking crazy. It's almost like our own issues that affect the 330 million people that live here directly are going to be the most important news points that our media addresses. That being said, the international news section of your fucking newspaper or your fucking TV show that you watch or the website that you read all talked about this. We all knew that it was going on. Just like we knew what was going on in Gaza. Like, that's how you know that if you say that you didn't know what was going on there, you're a fucking liar. We all knew that it was happening, but it wasn't top fucking page news because, yeah, 2 people got killed by the government in Minnesota. 2 U.S. citizens, they were fucking murdered in broad daylight. That was pretty big fucking news for us.
You're saying that the domestic news are more important than the foreign news. My question is why, when it comes to Israel and Palestine, people treat them as important as domestic news are. Why that issue is exception?
What?
So I think what he's asking is why did it seem, at least from this side of the pond, so why did it seem as if Israel Palestine took precedence over other domestic news if domestic news is more important? It
often does, not just recently.
The answer,
that particular. Yes.
Sure. The answer is that at a certain point, foreign events will absolutely take precedence, right? So, for instance, the Iraq War took precedence over most domestic things in when the Iraq War first kicked off. Now, over time, that changes, but generally, when some major event occurs, then it's going to take precedence, right? With Israel-Palestine, you also have to consider the dynamics in the U.S., right? There are a lot of Zionists in the United States.
Sure.
And there are sizable pockets of not necessarily Palestinian communities, but communities that are sympathetic towards the Palestinian plight all throughout the U.S. Sure. And so that friction is going to be reported on. So, for instance, like when somebody who organizes a protest, who is here legally, who has a visa here, who has a has a green card here, and then that green card gets revoked and they get deported, and they organized a protest over Israel-Palestine. Now, all of a sudden, that brings Israel-Palestine back into the forefront, right? Like that conversation gets it brought back up in parallel with whatever that event is. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense. But would you guys acknowledge the fact that there is a faction? I don't know how large it is. If it is it might be a fringe. I don't know. But there's a faction of the left that, if not supportive of the Islamic regime, at least express sympathy to it.
The what?
There is a faction within the political left that, if not support the Islamic regime in Iran, at least express sympathy to it.
No.
Sympathetic towards not the regime, to Iran, right? So that's the difference.
Why?
Hang on, hang on, caller. I need to play something for you because I think this is important for you to hear because I think you may not be up on your news. This is from earlier today. This is a soundbite I'm going to play for you. The president in the Oval Office. I'd like you to hear this, okay?
Sure. Go on.
And we've heard that you want to meet with the new Ayatollah, the new supreme leader.
I don't want to meet, but if I did meet, I'd be honored to meet him. I'd like to see if we make a deal. But if we make a deal, it's possible that I would meet him. I'd be okay with it.
Would that happen here in the U.S.? White House?
Oh, I don't know, Peter. I haven't really heard too much about it. I didn't suggest it, but some people have suggested it. If it happened, it would be happen. I'd be respectful.
Do you think because Epic Fury killed his dad and his wife and his kid that he's got hard feelings and wouldn't want to meet?
Well, I would say I'm not his favorite person, but with that being said, he's probably I don't know. He's probably a professional. in some circles, he has a very good reputation, actually. Sometimes some people say bad, but a lot of people say bad about me. It's totally false, of course.
So that was Donald Trump speaking favorably about the new Ayatollah, saying that he would be respectful to him, that he would meet him, and that people say bad things about him, but people say bad things about Donald Trump too, so you never know. Does that sound like someone who is getting ready to do regime change in Iran?
Oh, it doesn't sound like it, to be honest.
Yeah.
I could say yes,
does it
but
maybe
no.
sound like that's a guy with his tail tucked between his legs getting ready to pull the ripcord to get the fuck out, and they're not going to do shit, and the only thing that happened here is a bunch of Iranians lost their lives for no fucking reason, and we created a whole bunch of new terrorists, and a bunch of kids died for no reason, and this whole thing is just completely fucked, you think?
I mean, I don't know what to say at this point.
Yeah. I think maybe the thing to say is don't support this fucking administration and whatever it is you think is going on. Look, I understand it. I understand you're Iranian and you want the best for your country. And if you consider yourself to be American now, you live here, you're trying to become a citizen, I accept you. I accept you. My family is Lebanese, and we came here just 2 generations ago. So I'm still really not all that like. I mean, I could still go back right now and get my citizenship. That's like without even a question. I've been back many times. I can get my citizenship. That's how close I am to being there. I'm 100%, and I'm very sad for what's happening in Lebanon right now, and I don't want that to happen either. Although I'm American. I was born here. I still love my ties there. So I know how you feel if you came here. Okay. So if you support that, I get it. You don't like what's happening with the regime there. I don't like Hezbollah. I don't like a lot of the tactics that they use, and I don't like it. But what they stand for, like what they stand for is not entirely on them. It's not entirely on them. Israel invaded Lebanon in 1982. That's why they formed, right? And they actually were really close to disarming Hezbollah, but that actually got all fucking torn up because of the war. Like and now they're demolishing villages in the south of Lebanon, and they're moving to the Litani River, and they're trying to do what they did in Gaza to southern Lebanon. So like again, man, I hear you. And what the regime in Iran has done is terrible. What the United States has done previously in Iran is terrible. Our meddling in your politics is fucking
Are you talking about
terrible.
the coup?
Well, the coup. I mean, the forcing out of your prime minister who wanted to nationalize your oil. Yeah, that was fucked up.
Yeah, I'm very aware of the other situation.
Yeah, I mean that was fucked up.
Can I ask a question? I'm just curious to know this. Since you talked about Lebanon, can I ask how do you feel about IRGC in many ways controlling your country and making it a colony in many ways, arguably?
They don't control our country, and they haven't made it a colony. They do coordinate with Hezbollah, and I don't like that. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. And I don't like the fact that Lebanon itself doesn't have and has never had a strong enough military, because it was an actual colony of France up until 1943, and it was never able to establish its own military because it's so small in size, both from a land and a population standpoint. It was just never given a fucking fair shake, never given a shot at being its own country. If it was, I dare say it would have been one of the most successful. But that's neither here nor there. With its resources, with its natural beauty, the tourism, all of the different things, it's unparalleled. But that's again neither here nor there. So no, the IRGC doesn't control Lebanon as a colony, but they do coordinate with Hezbollah, and I don't like that. But it doesn't change the fact that Hezbollah exists for a reason, and that reason is because Israel is overstepping and has overstepped their bounds in Lebanon for well over 50 plus years. and
Sure.
that's that I don't agree with. And if I'm gonna say like, yeah, I mean, I understand why they exist. Oh, thanks, Queen. I understand why they exist. Like, that's what I'll say. I don't agree with their tactics. I don't agree with terrorism. That is not what I stand for, and I will denounce them. But
Right.
that's all I'm gonna say.
So, but what I want to say is, like in Iran, we had rose up against our regime multiple times and tried to, overthrow them the same way that we overthrew the Shah. And with this regime, it just never worked. That was many Iranians felt like they cannot do that without external help. I don't know.
I mean, I understand that. I'm sympathetic. And I'm sympathetic to that. I do. Listen. I am on the political left. I'm sympathetic to the Iranian people. I think that's like what Nemo was trying to explain, is that like there is no love lost for the clerics. Period. The end. They are fucking terrible people. I have and quite frankly, I am like you as an atheist, no love and no time for theological hardliners of any sort, least of which in fucking government. Okay?
Sure.
So, like, we agree 100% there, right down the line. That sort of a government leads to nothing but trouble. Quite frankly, unfortunately, as someone who also loves the Jewish people in very much the same way and respects them in very much the same way, has a partner who is Jewish and just absolutely adores them top to bottom, is why it breaks my heart to see a hardline theological government in Israel that is doing the same thing. And it also why it breaks my fucking heart that right now in the United States of America, there's a Christian nationalist movement that's trying to do the same thing here with Christianity. We got the fucking trifecta of Abrahamic religions going on there. It's fucked up, and none of it is good. None of it is good, man. So, like, I don't like any of it, and I would love for there to be, I'd love to be like, here's our solution to help the Iranian people break free from the Ayatollah and right the wrongs of the last fucking what is it now? 50, 53. Well, since 50, I'd say since 53, right?
47 years.
So, well, no, I'm saying since 1953 when we helped effectuate the removal of the prime minister. So since
around
1953, yeah, so 70 years,
70
right?
years.
70 years. My brain is not working tonight. So for fucking, let's make up for the last fucking 70 years and let's be like the start. What we could have done, the thing that could have done it was the JCPOA. Obama set us on the right course. It set us on the right course. Let's do the economic cooperation. Let's try to normalize some sort of diplomacy. Let's get this thing rolling. It'll be rocky. It'll be murky. It's not everything we want. It's not everything they want. But like, it's a start. And then what did Donald Trump do? He ripped it up and threw it in their faces.
Right.
That doesn't help them. That doesn't help the people of Iran in any way. The way that we won the Cold War wasn't by invading Russia and liberating the people of the Soviet Union. The way we won the Cold War was by economically starving them out. We won economically, and we won because we won over like hearts and minds of people who are like, hey, the West looks better. We want that. Like the grass is greener. All of those things were the reasons that we came out on top in the Cold War. Like, yeah, we built up our military and we made them think that they needed to, and like, again, it was all economics. That could be the thing we're doing with Iran. We could have started with the JCPOA and we could have made it an entirely economic thing, and that's how we could have helped the people there. But we didn't. So I don't know the answer, man. I don't know the answer. I want to help them, but I don't know the answer.
Well, I appreciate your honesty. But since you mentioned Obama, okay, fine, we can say that the JCPOA was a good deal, but would you at least agree with the criticism that it didn't stop Iran from funding Hamas and Hezbollah? like he meant to.
Say that again.
So the Obama deal with Iran.
Oh,
was
I'm sorry. Did you say that? Would we agree that it did not stop Iran from funding?
Yeah,
them?
and that
is
is
that
a
what
good
you meant?
criticism of. Yeah, and that's a good criticism of like that is a criticism that many people make of that deal because it was supposed to make Iran behave, but Iran kept funding Hezbollah and Hamas.
I mean, was it at the same rate? Because like the whole idea behind the JCPOA is, number one, I think objective one is preventing a nuke.
Sure, yeah.
Without having to blow shit up, right? That was the goal of the JCPOA. Regarding Iran funding Hezbollah, or I mean, it was primarily Hezbollah. I mean, one, I actually don't know if that was even in the JCPOA, if that was an objective for it. But two, was it at the same rate that we saw after the JCPOA? So
I think it was. I'm not sure, but I believe it was because I know President Obama actually came out and said that I imagined that Iran would completely behave and would stop supporting the terrorists, and I was wrong. I know that Obama said that. I admitted that he was wrong.
Yeah. So and I mean, also I would mention with Iran during the Obama years, especially with the JCPOA. I mean, Iran was literally helping us at one point. They were helping us fight ISIS.
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yes, yeah.
Yeah, like there are groups that Iran literally helped us fight.
Okay, that is a good point.
And just want to, Paula, I just want to point one thing out. The JCPOA had no stipulations in it, right, in terms of the money, and Iran was going to do what Iran was going to do with their money.
Sure.
It was their money. They were going to do with it. But I want to point one thing I want to point out to you is that it really wasn't going to matter, because in the last year, in 2025, Iran was going through an economic crisis, were they not?
Yes, absolutely, yes.
Do you know how much they sent to Hezbollah in the last year?
No, I don't know.
They sent them $1 billion with a B. They sent them $1 billion. Iran is going to do what they're going to do, but I think, and so was it going to stop them from sending money to their proxies? No.
Probably not.
Probably not. It was probably not going to stop them from sending money to their proxies. However, again, play the longer game. Get them normalized diplomatic relations. Give Lebanon the tools to disarm Hezbollah. Give fucking Palestine a real fucking shot, like, of any sort. Like, go in and be like, you guys, this has to stop. Like, these people can't leave. But that thing's not happening. And again, I don't condone terrorism, and I'm not saying that those things are okay. Like, X does not mean that Y is okay. I'm not saying that. But, like, we could do those things, and that would probably also help fix the problem, instead of just going, well, but the JCPOA wasn't perfect, and they were still giving money to their proxies. They were always going to give money to their proxies, even when they're in financial dire straits in their own country. As of right now, they're giving them $1 billion. Like, it doesn't matter. So we needed to attack it from a different way. It was never going to change that way.
Okay. Now that we kind of established all of this, I actually need to know the answer of these questions. So now, in this current stage of war, the Strait of Hormuz is closed, and the world economy in many ways relies on it. Also, the new Ayatollah, some people say, might be more motivated to develop a nuclear weapon. So, what would you do at this stage if you were president? if you oppose the war.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, like, never would have started it in the first place. Like, come on, Jesus.
Right, but it hasn't started. What can you do? You know.
I don't even know. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I mean, you have to do. Gee, that's you're asking like an impossible. You're like, somebody just did everything that you wouldn't do, and now deal with all of the consequences of the thing that you wouldn't do immediately. Like in a complete ridiculous hypothetical. Like, come on, dude. The fuck?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it's in the same or in the same vein as like asking, okay, well, the Great Recession started, so what are you gonna do? Like, well, okay, could we have prevented it before it started? Like, we didn't support the things that led to it, though.
Yeah.
Like, didn't like Glass-Steagall being repealed, didn't like the deregulation of the housing market. Could we have avoided it before starting? But I mean, yeah, Iran is absolutely more motivated now to get a nuke. That's the primary thing that I've said to people is that, oh, they were fear-mongering about Iran getting a nuke before, and Iran's motivation for getting a nuke before, if anything, would have been Israel has nukes. That is the reason. Well, that and I guess sovereignty, right? But it was primarily Israel has nukes.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what this is, Color? You know what that question is like? I think this is. You know what that question is like? If we were in a fucking like slalom ski race, right? You ever seen slalom skiing? And the skier has to go between the gates, and the skier fucking falls and takes a tumble and breaks their ankle, and then you're like, how are you going to finish the race? You got to go finish the race now. Go finish the race. And you're like, well, wouldn't have broken my ankle. You want me to finish the race on a broken ankle? You're like, you have to finish the race. Fucking figure it out. Sucks for you. You're like, and then so you're gonna like fucking like hobble your way down on one leg, and it's gonna be terrible no matter what you do. And then you're gonna be like, see, you couldn't come up with a good way to finish the race. You suck. You're like, it was an impossible. You've put me in an impossible situation that I never would have done. So I don't. The answer is there is no good answer. Diplomatic relations with Iran are fucked. They're never going to trust us again. I mean, until there's someone completely different in there. And from what you just heard from President Trump a couple of minutes ago, he respects the guy. He'll meet with him. He's heard bad things, but they say bad things about me. He's probably not that bad. So, I mean, I don't see that happening, man.
Yeah, I mean, like, if I magically woke up as president tomorrow, I'm pretty sure I would start like panic sobbing violently into the pillow. But then I would say, okay, all right, get the fuck out of that region. Suspend everything related to attacking Iran. Tell Israel to go fuck themselves. I mean, as far as Iran is concerned, yeah, no, the war needs to end. We need to stop it and withdraw, and accept the fact that Iran, which is I guess you could call it like a regional power.
Yes,
they beat us.
Yes.
Yeah, like I mean, Iran. Not by no means is it a global superpower or a superpower of any kind. Really, it's a regional power, and they beat us. Like, we lost. And we lost because Iran doesn't have to have a nuke to beat us. They have an economic nuke. The economic nuke is the Strait of Hormuz. They beat us. That's all that they have to do. All that Iran has to do is have enough things that go boom to keep a tiny waterway closed. And the amount of pain that we can inflict upon Iran, like conventional war, I mean, number one, this is not a conventional war because thankfully we're not doing a ground invasion right now. The only way that we could actually inflict more pain on Iran would be to do a ground invasion. Now, of course, not for that at all. But as far as economic pain, we can't inflict anything else on them because we cut Iran off from the rest of the world for, last 47-ish years, right? So we literally trained them. We trained them on how to subsist without the world. And because they are used to it, we can't do anything else. Like, what are we going to do? Sanction them? Oh, no.
No, maximum.
Not sanctions. What? I mean, they don't give a shit. That's a Tuesday for them, right? And so they are used to subsisting because we forced them to. And with that in mind, we're not doing a ground invasion. We can't hurt them economically. And all they have to do is keep a little waterway closed. And they can do that. They're very good at doing that. And that's enough to break everything, right? So the truth is that all that we can do is leave. We have to leave. We have to tell Israel, fuck off. Stop. Because, as far as Israel is concerned, Israel, I think you asked earlier, is Israel or Netanyahu calling the shots? Yes. And it's not because he has the power. It's because we have weak people running things, right? That's the truth. That's the only reason that Netanyahu is the one calling the shots there. Like, Israel is allowed to carpet bomb Lebanon and Palestine because we give it permission to, not because they're just, oh yeah, well, fuck it, we'll do what we want. No, it's because we give them permission to. Whether we give them explicit or implicit permission, that's what that is. The second that if we were to turn around and tell them stop, or we start cutting things, like all the little perks that you get from us, we stop those.
Mm-hmm.
And then actually start cutting them. No, don't just threaten. No. Cut. And then condition any and all dollars going into Israel. Yeah. Just actually do American dick swinging, right? So, okay, all right, Israeli embassy, bye-bye. Get out. Uh-huh. You know how America has a permanent seat on the UN Security Council? Meaning that we can, just by us alone, veto literally anything and everything that the UN does? And you know how we've done that for Israel over and over and over and over again? Yeah, that stops. Of them. Yeah, that stops now. Watch how fast Israel learns which one has the leash and which one is the bitch. Because they've thought for a long time that, oh, well, America is the bitch and we have the leash. And it's because whenever they say, come, the president just starts trotting over, right? That's because, again, weak.
Oh, I was going to say he just opens his mouth. Anyways.
True. In all ways, right? Like, yeah, just starts. That's because we elected weak people to lead us. And there's this overwhelming fear of, oh, but they'll call us anti-Semitic, or oh God, they'll No. Like, at this point, it has been so long that Israel has done this shit. No. No, no, no. No. There is, at this exact second in time, still only one global superpower. One superpower that has the military and economic power that we do. There is still only one. China is rapidly approaching. Not because they're doing anything with their military. They're just sitting there waiting because we just keep on punching ourselves in the face like fucking Fight Club, and eventually we're going to pass out from it. And China's just kind of sitting there waiting. They're just kind of like, okay, we're going to let them keep doing it. Whatever. They'll bleed out at some point. So at this moment in time, if we actually had good leadership, then we could maintain our position somehow. So to answer your question, what would I do if I had, I don't know, a magic wand and I was running all of this? Get the fuck out of the region, tell Israel, calm the fuck down, get the fuck out of Lebanon, get the fuck out of Palestine, and know your fucking place. You are not the superpower. We are.
Uh-huh.
And as far as Iran is concerned, I mean, the leadership of Iran, understandable that they would hate us at that point. Understandable that they would probably go ahead and get a nuke at that point. Because the only way that we are going to get a relationship with Iran at this point is to not only give them everything that they were getting in the JCPOA, we've got to do more than what they were getting in the JCPOA. Yeah. Because what Obama did, the JCPOA, that was a diplomatic miracle. And all of the Republicans who were bitching and moaning and whining and but pallets of cash, but inspections, all that shit. For years and years they did this. And when Donald Trump turns around and says, fuck it, I'm getting out because reasons, then what happens? Do you think Iran is going to accept that exact same deal again? No, they're not. They will not accept that exact same deal. That's not how negotiation works. It's like, oh, we agreed upon that deal. And now you tore it up? No, you're giving us a better deal because we don't have to agree to that deal anymore. You're giving us a better deal. So what does that mean? That means that maybe they have higher tolerance for uranium enrichment. Maybe that means they are allowed to have notice before inspections. Maybe that means that all those sanctions that were lifted, they are lifted because we just like them now. There's no condition for them being lifted. And they get even more of their assets that were frozen. And they get economic aid on top of that. And all sorts of other shit. I mean, Iran is far from the only theocracy that the United States works with. And by works with, I don't mean like, oh, hey, we might sell them something. It's like, nah, we have a lot of trade with those countries. Like Saudi Arabia is the most glaring example. Fucking right. Theocracy, yet we will go hundreds of billions of dollars on the regular with Saudi Arabia. We will do photo ops with their leaders in the Oval. We will do photo ops with their leaders in Riyadh. We don't give a fuck. Don't give a fuck how oppressive they are to women. Don't give a fuck how radical they are with their interpretation of Islam. Don't give a fuck. We don't care. We don't care that they are a dictatorship. We don't care. We do not give a single solitary fuck. So if that is true, guess what? Iran gets the exact same benefit. And then on top of all that, all those things that we said about them having nukes, I mean, from their perspective, there's a reason that they want the nuke, right? They don't want this to repeat. They want sovereignty. And they don't like Israel. And Israel does have nukes. And so, yeah, this is kind of an India-Pakistan situation. Why did Pakistan get a nuke? Because India got a nuke.
Yeah. Kind of like domino effect, yeah.
Yeah. And this is the big... This is the ugly side of nuclear proliferation. which is, hey, if you can keep nukes from being obtained, then that's great. You can control the genie in the bottle, but if it continues to pop up over and over, guess what happens? It pops up in twos. It doesn't pop up in ones. Because there's always a rival for whatever country it is. So the point is, we're not getting, as far as Iran is concerned, the only way we're going to have a diplomatic relationship with them is if we do super JCPOA. Like, where they have all the benefits and none of the drawbacks. They don't have to do concessions, right? And to anybody that wanted that was critical of Obama because it wasn't tough enough, sorry, y'all fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
Because the tough route, it doesn't work. Because the tough route is us blowing shit up. The tough route is us sending strike groups into that region and just dropping infinite numbers of tomahawks and blowy uppy things on the country. And what did it get us? It got us headlines of little girls' schools being disintegrated. It got us headlines of the United States depleting our supply or our stockpiles to crazy dangerous levels. And it got us all sorts of really bad press. It got us all sorts of insane debt that we could not afford in a country that's already dealing with a lot of economic issues as it is. Got us 13 dead soldiers, however many hundred injured.
14 now.
14. God damn it. 14. 14 dead soldiers. For what? For what? So we get out. Take the L, get the fuck out, accept that the JCPOA was the best it was going to get as far as Iran doing concessions to us. Because when we put a gun to their head, what do they say? Pull it. You don't have the balls. And they're right.
Okay. I enjoyed this conversation. I guess I'm going to take off. Thank you for your time.
Okay, friend. Well, I hope you have a
Have a
good
nice
evening,
day.
okay?
You too.
All right, take care. That was a long and interesting first conversation of the night, guys. So, I do think we got somewhere. Let's run through a few quick thank yous before we try to move on to our next Trump supporter. We've got well over 1,000 people in here over on the TikToks. I think we were up to close to 200 over on the Tube or something like that. We're glad that all of you fine folks are here with us. I know we've got some watchers over on Twitch. Hello, Twitch fans. Glad you guys are here as well. Nemo and I want to remind you that there are some great ways to support. If you'd like to support, we really do appreciate it. It really helps us maintain our regular schedule and be here for you guys. If you'd like to, support us here on TikTok, you guys know how to do it. Obviously, there's the live goal, but Nemo's box is open for gifts, and really, that helps us out big time. It helps us cycle through the FYP. There are a myriad of reasons to do it, so please, if you can, that would be great. So hit his box up as much as you can. Thank you. If you'd like to offer additional support off app, the way to do that is by our links in our bios. The blue and the green app you can find over here on TikTok. Like I said, links in bios, Linktree. Or if you're over on the Tube, all you have to do is click right down there in the description. You'll find the links. Pop them right down there. There we go. See, appreciate you guys being helpful out there. Want to point out, if you're over on the Tube, you can also send me a super chat if you are so inclined. One other thing I'd like to point out is that for the month of June, and since we started selling them, came up with some merchandise. It's over on Erika's shop. It's at the top link in my link tree. those of you who know they're Mad Matt. There's a T-shirt, there's a tank, and there's a coffee mug. There you go. If you buy any of those items, whatever it may be, half of the proceeds are getting donated to the Victory Fund. Half of the proceeds going to the Victory Fund, which is an amazing organization that supports LGBTQ plus candidates for office. Very happy to do so, and in honor of our little buddy, taxpayer guy, what the fuck his face is, we're gonna make the donation in the name of Charlie Kirk. So, because that's what he would have wanted. He is looking up at us right now, with tears in his eyes because of that. Thank you to Wesley over on the tube. It says, in the Stephen King book Dreamcatcher, the friend group has a saying, SSDD. It applies well to Iran today. We've seen this movie before in Iraq. Definitely Wesley. Wesley also said, no new wars except ... obviously. And then Wesley, again, I almost forgot, quote, shout out to Tech Raven Bot. Reminder to chat, but your Mad Matt shirts and mugs. Oh, support the Victory Fund and look good doing it. Oh, Wesley, I already did your job for you, but thank you. Wesley being the gentleman who inspired us to do the Mad Matt Beyond Thunderdome. Asked for a number of days in a row, so that's why we did it. And lastly, thank you to Darkstar for the 200 views. I like your username. That's fun. Nemo, do you have any over there? What do you got?
I've got one redacted. He said there's currently only one global superpower. He said one superpower to rule them. I'm sorry, here we go. One superpower to rule them all, one superpower to find them, one superpower to bring them all, and in the darkness bind them. Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, we are low-key Sauron of this situation. Yeah.
Now we know why they took out Stephen Colbert. This makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
If you guys want Nemo to read a message in his dulcet tones, or me in mine, that's how you can do it. Like we said, through those links in the link tree on the green or the blue app. And once again, thank you guys very much. So far, we've gotten some great support too on the merch stuff, and that's been a lot of fun. I honestly just can't wait to send a tally, and make a video with that. By the way, I think I said it last night because it was the last one that came in, but in case I didn't, thank you to Amanda. Amanda got herself a mug. So Amanda was our last purchase. Appreciate you, Amanda. Fun. Yeah, Charlie has kept very quiet during Pride Month, hasn't he? I know, it's crazy. All right. Let's see what we got we got somebody in the box. Guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, hop in the box. You can give us a ring on the number that's above my head or pinned in the chat over on the tube. Site B, hi, did you vote for Donald Trump? Site B, hello? I'm going to guess that was a mistake-a-rooney.
I'm not going to toot my own horn. I was fucking cooking at the end. Oh my God. I didn't realize that I slipped in on that one. Damn.
Nemo was fucking, I'm not gonna lie, he's like fucking Salt Bay over there. You remember that guy? Remember? With his fucking slick back, and he has his like glasses, and he's like, that was Nemo. That's what was fucking going on there. So I sent this to Nemo earlier because we were talking last night about this fucking, hit job that the New York Times did on Graham Plattner. Because, well, we've just been talking a whole lot about Graham Plattner. So the New York Times in this article, which if you guys want to read it, by the way, I'll show you. I don't know. See, I have a New York Times subscription. Sometimes I don't know. I think this one might be behind the paywall. There are ways But anyways, it's the name of the article is Several Women Who Dated Graham Plattner Recall Unsettling Behavior. Okay. So, a couple of things in the article that, yeah, I mean, like, it's not great. The women, the women are like, yeah, I mean, like, he obviously had PTSD and he drank a lot, but all of them are like, I was never threatened. He never hurt me. Like, they all, to a T, they're all like, yeah, that was never a thing that happened. Just FYI. But he obviously had PTSD, and Graham Plattner's come out and been like, yeah, I drank a lot. I had PTSD. I did some bad things. Like, he's like, it was bad. I've been in therapy. I've been in counseling. He's like, I've been trying to fix it. And a lot of them said that they're still in contact with him, that they still socialize with him. Now, there is one woman, there's one person, I should say, that we talked about before who claimed that Graham Plattner called the tattoo on his chest My Totenkopf. Now we know who that is, and it's in this article. And her name is, let's see here. Her name is, I want to get her first name because I didn't have her first name there. I'll get it right for you. Lindsay Fifield, who is 40 years old. Lindsay Fifield, a Virginia conservative who has worked for right-leaning groups and Republican campaigns. Huh. When Ms. Fifield first met Mr. Plattner in 2013, he was a student at George Washington University, and she was working on veteran issues at the U.S. Chamber of Commerce and began to make a name for herself as a conservative activist online. Then their roughly 2-year on-again, off-again relationship, as Ms. Fifield described it, was heady and passionate. That's weird. So she was a conservative activist back then, but, you know, maybe not so much anymore. Oh, wait, hold on. Ms. Fifield, who is affiliated with Independent Women, a conservative group, insisted her political beliefs had nothing to do with her choice to come forward. She worked briefly on Nikki Haley's 2024 presidential campaign, and before that, for the Heritage Foundation.
Well.
So the one person saying that Graham Plattner knew that it was a Totenkopf, who said to her, she's trying to say it was a direct quote, that he knew what it was someone who worked for the fucking Heritage Foundation. Also, all of the other people, all the other women who were involved in this story, and by the way, I encourage you guys to go read it. Plattner doesn't come off looking like an angel. He obviously has some fucking demons to deal with. He has PTSD because he was a soldier and he was in some fucked up positions. He obviously had issues with alcohol. There were a lot of issues. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. He's a vet. And it was problematic. There's no doubt about it. But all of the women, to a T, all say he never did anything that crossed a line. Not from a physical perspective, not anything like that. They all say it. That's really important to remember. It doesn't excuse any of his behavior otherwise, but I think it's very important to remember that even in his darkest moments and at his worst, he never crossed that line. Unlike other people that are in our government today. Just want to point that out as we move forward and talk about it. Now, go read the article if you can. There's plenty of ways to get past that paywall if you need to. So, you know, I encourage you to read it. We don't excuse anything in terms of inappropriate actions towards women, but again, There's no violence here. There's no assault. There's this. None of that happened. Okay. I just want to point that out. That's why I think you guys should read the article. And I really think that you should understand that the only really bad allegations comes from Lindsay Fifield, who's a hardcore conservative and worked for the Heritage Foundation. I mean, if I were to tell you, I mean, there... I'm just going to, in the chat right now, I'm going to put something, and in place of the dot, D-O-T, you know what to do. And then what you do is you copy and paste it into the red box. So, for example, this is the site that'll come up. Then I'm going to go to the website or that URL that I want, and I'm going to put it in my URL is live, and I want to archive, and then click save. Blah, blah, blah. And then, of course, it's stuck on the reCAPTCHA. And Nemo is gone, and now he's back. And here you go. Now you got it. Best of luck to you out there. Happy paywall hunting.
So, yeah. Once again, seems like the only pushback against Grant Plattner is coming from right-wing hacks and centrist establishment liberal types.
Mm-hmm. I encourage you. I encourage you to go read the article. It's slanted. You guys are smart. Listen, we have an incredibly smart chat here, okay? I'm telling you to go read the article because you're going to see the bias. And when you read it, you're going to be like, this is not really that bad. And then the person who makes the worst allegations in the article, which are really not that bad except for the tattoo thing, right? The person who makes the worst allegations fucking worked for the fucking Heritage Foundation. And later on in the article, I even forgot to mention this, Neo. Later on in the article, she said that she joked about going to work for the Collins campaign. Like there was a text message somebody found about her going to work for the Collins campaign, and she's like, "Oh no, that was a joke. I was joking about that." Like, you can't make this shit up.
Really?
Get the fuck out. Just get the fuck out of here. So anyways, if you guys read that article, I think you'll see what we're seeing, which is it's just a coordinated takedown effort. That's what this is. Plattner's talked openly about his struggles with alcohol, with PTSD, with depression. He's talked openly about his anger management issues from when he was younger. These women came forward and they were like, yeah, he was kind of shitty. As a person, like he got, he would get drunk, he would get angry, but he never did anything bad to us. He was just kind of a jerk, but whatever. Oh, we're still friends with him because he's an all right guy now. He got help. And his wife is like, yeah, there was a time when he talked to a couple of different women and he texted with them. And then he got cleaned up and we went to counseling together and we're cool now. Everything's fine. Okay, cool. I don't fucking care. If you're going to vote for a rapist, all bets are off. Don't come moral grandstand with me. Also, if you voted for Donald Trump, you can get in the box or you can give us a ring. Phone line is wide open. So give us a call. That number is pinned right above my head. It's also pinned in the chat over on the tube. We've got 1,100 people over here on TikTok and quite a few more over on the tube and some watching over on Twitch on the Purple app. So talk to us. Let us know what's up.
Thankfully, it does seem like the people of Maine are not buying it.
Not even a little bit. I think they're a little bit too smart. Thank you on the blue app to redact. Said McFeeders. I know, right? What a name, McFeeders. I don't. The Times has really disappointed me. This is a real fucking disappointment. It's sensationalist journalism at its fucking finest. It's very much bringing back the classic term yellow journalism. One of my favorite terms from American history class. So, Rob, I'm not dodging you. It's just I have just zero desire to ever talk to you again. So just go away. Find somewhere else. No one wants to talk to you. Go away. Our viewers drop if I bring you up. Like normally it's like, oh, if we have an op, more people watch and it's better. But literally you drive people away from our show. So no, go away.
So the other day I sent you this video about John Ossoff.
Oh yeah.
It's a little ways up there. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it. Oh wait. Where did I send this? It was the other one. Okay, hold on. Here we go.
Just real quick, thank you to Crystal. Apparently, Greg Bovino has announced he's running for president in 2028, Nemo. And the image I'm about to show you is actually from his website. Are you ready?
Bring it on. Oh, okay. He's running for president of the hinterland. Is that it? Is that what he's going for?
I mean, the Reich needs him. This is his website. Crystal sent this to me and I was like, oh, that's funny. Oh, that's cute. That's funny. That's like, what is this, a joke? This is a joke, like a parody thing, like a joke? No. No, it's real.
God, it's so cringe.
Oh, man. Anyways, sorry. I just had to point that out. I think I've got the Ossoff thing, actually. I believe I see it here. All right.
I was trying to find the clip itself. That way it wasn't
or if you know
Kyle's
the time,
channel.
I can get to the time if you want.
Yeah, so it looks like he starts playing about 20 seconds in. You'll just have to scrub through.
Okay. All right, here we go, friends. Here's our buddy John. I love the stylized O, by the way. It reminds me of the Obama O. Just FYI. I noticed that.
Trump regime.
Yep.
So I'm going to show you this in a second. The thing that's kind of amazing to me is, I don't know, man, the video quality almost looks like they invited like Hollywood types there to almost give it the feel of a movie, like give the speech the feel of a movie. It's like very high quality cameras, the different angles, like all this stuff. I haven't quite seen it.
Times reports, quote, Pete Hegseth.
Corruption.
While the Financial Times reports, quote, Pete Hegseth's broker looked to buy defense fund before Iran attack. Y'all remember they promised to drain the swamp? Instead, this is the most corrupt administration of all time, and everybody knows it. Everybody knows it. While Americans pay more and get less, while our insurance premiums skyrocket and hospitals close down services, while American service members are wounded and killed in action, the First Family is raking in billions of dollars. Just listen to this. Last September, the president of Kazakhstan calls Donald Trump and says he wants to grant tungsten mining rights to an American company. And the very next month, Eric and Don Jr. get a stake in the American company pursuing the mining deal. 6 days later, 6 days after Prince Eric and Prince Don get their stake, Kazakhstan announces this company will get, quote, the largest known undeveloped tungsten resource in the world. A few more weeks go by. And then the US government, run by their father, sets aside $1.6 billion of your tax dollars to fund and finance their mining project in Kazakhstan. All this while you pay more for gas, for groceries, for healthcare. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. Billions from foreign princes and oligarchs. Sweetheart real estate deals all over the world. Taxpayer funding to Trump-backed companies. And listen, here's the bottom line. If you're involved in any of this, next year you'll be raising your right hand and swearing to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God, in front of the United States Congress.
I gotta say, bro.
Oh. That's really good.
So, Kyle goes on to say two things that I agree with. I've said before. One, Ossoff has this vibe about him, like the way that he talks. And he's not doing like an Obama impression. He's just got like that, I don't know, that kind of, I don't know, vibe. And also that he's going to run for president. That's what Kyle thinks. And I fully agree. And I hope so.
Even though he's said, no, I have that. I get that vibe too. Raisin Hell. You're not connecting. If you're a Trump supporter, you are welcome to re-request. We'd be happy to have you back up. Nemo Crystal real quick also sent me not Crystal, I'm sorry, our friend Nemo Neely also, sorry guys, it's been a long day. Neely also sent me this is fun. Trump's ex-border chief speaks alongside neo-Nazis at pro-fascism summit. Gregory Bovino, the now former tactical commander-at-large for U.S. Border Patrol official who oversaw the Trump administration's mass deportation campaigns in U.S. cities before Trump removed him last January, spoke alongside fascists and neo-Nazis at a re-migration summit in Figueira da Foz, Portugal, last weekend. The summit's lead organizer, Alfonso Goncalves, once said, "Weimar conditions require Weimar solutions," a reference to the rise of Nazi Germany under Hitler's Third Reich, the independent journalistic outlet The Redoubt reported. He also founded the far-right anti-Muslim group Reconquista, the outlet added. The outlet noted the other speakers at the summit included a Belgian fascist convicted of Holocaust denial, the founder of a Swiss neo-Nazi group called Jungle Tat, and Martin Sellner, an Austrian extremist who promotes, quote, great replacement theory, a debunked white nationalist conspiracy theory that a cabal of rich Jewish people want to replace white Americans and Westerners with non-white immigrants, people of color, blah, blah, blah. Well, we all know that. And this is an image that Bovino himself posted. He posted that. That's not edited. That's not like, oh, somebody posted and they made him look like that. Blah, blah. He posted that.
Yep.
Anyways, the fuck out of here. Somebody said man in the high castle. I mean, might as well. What the fuck? It might as well be. All right. Well, once again, guys, if you voted for Donald Trump, we would like to talk to you. If you still support him, we'd like to talk to you. I do see a number of folks over in the chat over on the tube who are chirping away. We do have close to I got about 180 people over there. Surprised none of them are requesting up. All you have to do is call the line. Look, I'll even show you. The phone line is open and is working perfectly fine. Look at this. Watch. See? So, it's working. That means you can call in and you can make it happen. So, please do call up and give us a little chat. Thank you to Sierra, by the way, for the gift of the jewels over there. I appreciate you guys. And thank you over here on TikTok for continuing your support. Appreciate you guys helping out. I know Nemo appreciates it too. You guys are doing a spectacular job per usual. 1,100 people over here, and hello to our friends over on Twitch. Hello to you guys too. Definitely try not to forget. Not forgetting about you. Love you guys too. Hard to keep the chats up and integrated. I might need to do one of those chat integration tools that our friends use. I know they have stuff that they use. So, yeah. There we go. Let's see here. Once again, guys. Somebody on Twitch said, "Who is this talking?" Guys, that's John Ossoff, the senator from Georgia. John Ossoff. That's who that is. So definitely check John Ossoff out. He's a great speaker. He's got great politics. He really, I think you guys would like him. So, anyways, I mean, I guess since we're just sitting here and hanging out, I will shill one more time. Thank you. Thank you to Joseph over on the PP, who said, "Bovino, der Schrimpenführer ist kaputt." Okay. Very good. Thank you, Joseph. That's Bovino. I mean, he is if there was ever a Schrimpenführer, he's a little tyke, isn't he? They really had to size down those uniforms and his like capes and everything like that he fucking wears. Holy shit. His name just makes me want to steak. Oh my, yeah, right. I know. Moo. Oh boy. Anyways, lots of fun stuff today. Just so much fun stuff, you guys. Oh boy. Let's see what else. I think there were one or two other things I wanted to point out to you guys here while we're hanging. Let's see here. Got a few things. Oh, a phone call. Let's see who that is. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
Yes.
Okay. How old are you? What state did you vote in?
45, Texas.
Okay. Why do you still support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Lots of reasons. We could name any issue. He's the best president we've had since Lincoln.
Oh, okay. Could you name an issue that the thing he's currently doing that you support then?
Well, we could talk about Iran, or we could talk about the gays. I see the gay flag on your stream, so I thought we might talk about...
It's not the gay flag, it's the pride flag, and that's because it's Pride Month. So happy Pride Month to you, friend.
Right. It's June.
Yeah, it's June. It's Pride Month. Yeah, very good. And again, that's the pride flag. It's not the gay flag, but good kudos to you for trying. I appreciate you. You're trying to be an ally, and that's nice of you. Thank you.
No, I'm not trying to be an ally. I'm indifferent.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
You can do what you want. That's cool.
Okay. Anyways, I really have no desire to talk about gay people at all because they can just be left the fuck alone because they're just people just like you and me. So, yeah.
That works for me. Iran's a better topic. Why don't we switch to that?
Cool. So we both agree just fucking leave people alone and let them live their lives, right?
Right.
Cool. I'm glad. Then why did you vote for someone who's not doing that?
Well, I guess you want to tell me how he's not doing that since...
How about kicking out 17,000 members of our military? Start with that.
Kicking them out. They weren't... They may have been members of the military, and how many were exactly kicked out?
A little over 17,000. A little over 17,000. Yeah, so I mean, like... Do you think that that's right? Like kicking people who literally volunteered to serve this country honorably, you think you should just fucking give them the boot unceremoniously? To me, that's not just ignoring people and being like, yeah, whatever, do whatever you want with your life. To me, that's like saying, fuck you, and the way you live your life is invalidated.
Right, exactly. The military's not about getting together and singing Kumbaya. It's about conformity. It's a military. Everybody's the same and everybody follows orders.
Oh, everybody's the same in the military?
That's right.
Okay, got it. So what you're saying is that as long as you can do the job and be the same as the other people and meet the requirements, you should be able to serve.
Not necessarily, no.
Then why did you just say it's about conformity? What's the conforming that you're trying to do? Oh, wait, are you trying to say that it's about someone's genitals?
Well,
oh, wait, I know, it's almost crazy. It's almost like when I point out to you that the standards are the thing that they're trying to make people conform to, that you kind of lose your argument there, and it's about genitals for you, right? So anyways, we're not going to talk about that because you agree that it's really fucked up to kick that many people out of the military for no goddamn good reason.
No, I disagree. There is absolutely a good reason.
Oh, really? What's that?
Well, sexual perversion, for one thing.
Oh, my God. And who is deciding that it's sexual perversion?
Who is deciding that?
Yeah.
All of human history.
Really? So there's never been trans people that have existed in human history aside from right now?
I didn't say that. That's obviously
cool.
Not
then
true.
When was it that people were being judged for being trans previously?
That's not a valid question.
What do you mean? You just said it's been the perversion for all of human history. So show me that it's been a perversion for all of human history. It's really weird because in Shakespeare's time it wasn't a perversion because they didn't even allow women on stage, and so the only way for there to be women who appeared in stage productions would be for men to cross-dress. To dress up as women. Now, wigs, as we know them now, makeup, and high heels, who were they invented for?
They were originally invented in
for
France.
They were invented for men. Exactly, correct. So what you're saying is that, now what if men wear wigs and high heels and makeup today?
What if they do? They're weird.
Oh, they're weird, but when they were invented for them, men. So what you're saying is that it's only about social norms that you're comfortable with, because right now, men wear pants and shorts and they would never wear a skirt or a dress, right? But what if in 100 years it's completely acceptable for men to be the ones who wear a skirt or something like that? Because it used to also be completely acceptable for men to wear those things because pants didn't fucking exist, you fucking Jode. And so, if it was that way in 100 years, and you were transported 100 years in the future, and you showed up there, and you said, wow, you guys are really fucking weird for wearing skirts, they would look at you like you had two fucking heads, because it's just about societal norms and what you're used to, not about sexual perversions throughout human history, you fucking moron. I hear the nervous laughter because you realize that you done fucked up now, didn't you?
So because men wore wigs back in the day because of lice and
makeup.
And
no, they wore
norms.
makeup and high heels. You're ignoring the makeup and high heels part. I noticed that one. They wore makeup and high heels. They were invented for men.
But now it's weird.
Great,
now
and my point is that if men start wearing skirts in 100 years, will it be weird or will it just be normal?
No, it'll still be weird.
It'll just be weird to you because it's about societal norms depending on when you're fucking born.
80% of the rest of the population at this point, right? I mean, at best, it's an 80-20 issue, just like the border in Iran and all the other.
What do you mean it's an 80-20 issue? What the fuck are you talking about?
80% of the American people.
No, they don't. I want to see that poll. Great, cite your poll. Great, what's the poll? Cite it right now.
The poll. Cite the poll.
Yeah, cite what poll? You just said 80% of the American people agree with that. That's bullshit. Cite the poll.
No,
cite it.
You're bullshit.
No, you're bullshit. You can't just say numbers and be like 80% of the American people believe something. Good, cite your source then. Tell me, where did you get that number from?
Common sense.
Cool. Hey, wait. I have a source too. Common sense tells me that 90% of people disagree with your 80% number. I'm right too.
Common sense for you.
I'm right too. That's common sense. Hey guys, I got the common sense too. What?
Weirdo.
What? Weirdo?
Weirdo.
That's the best you've got is weirdo?
No, I could come up with lots of other names.
Good. Can you try to come up with something better because that was dumb.
I'm not here to argue with you.
You're not? Then why did you call up?
For a civil conversation.
Then why are you, if you call up for a civil conversation, you probably shouldn't be a fucking bigot.
Well, you shouldn't be a pervert.
I'm not a pervert.
You are.
By whose definition and for what purpose am I a pervert, sir?
Sexual degeneracy is perverted.
What,
have you never heard of,
sir?
of
What sexual degeneracy am I engaging in, sir?
Gayness.
I'm not gay.
Sodomy.
Again, sir, I'm not gay, but even if I was gay, it wouldn't be sexual degeneracy because I've asked you to define who gets to choose what sexual degeneracy is.
Nobody chooses what sexual. It's just known. It's common sense. Everybody knows it.
If everyone knows it, then what is the source of everyone knowing it? There has to be a way that everyone knows it. You're not just born knowing it, you fucking moron.
Everyone knows it because it's always
No, they don't. They're taught it. Holy shit. All right, let me help you out. I'll help you out. It's because Christianity. How about that?
No, not Christianity.
Look at Christianity.
Look at tons of other religions. They all.
Do you know what the one thing that those religions have in common, Christianity and Islam? They're an Abrahamic religion, and they both rely on the Old Testament to tell them the same thing. You do realize that Christianity and Islam come from the same God and worship the same God, right? And they use that same bit in the Old Testament to try and say that it's wrong, and then it's not actually wrong because it's translated differently. You do realize that it was a changed translation.
Do you realize that Abrahamic religions are not the only religions in the world? How about Hinduism?
I didn't say that. Hinduism, being gay isn't disallowed in Hinduism necessarily.
It's not. Try going to India and see what they do to them over there.
That's different. That's just part of their culture. That's not strictly part of Hinduism.
So
that's cultural, not religious.
Well, who says that their culture?
It's cultural, not religious. You're talking about something different. That's not Hinduism, it's culture.
What's the difference between Hindu religion and culture?
What the fuck?
What's the difference?
Okay, is baseball Christian?
Not exclusively.
Cool. Is baseball part of American culture?
I would grant that.
Good. Now you just
It's also
defined what
part
the
of
difference
Japanese
between culture and religion is, you jamoke. God damn, dude. You really don't
Japanese
understand
love
basic...
baseball. It's
God
part-
damn,
it's
you
part
don't
of their
understand,
culture.
like, basic fucking concepts. Like, there's culture and there's religion. Hinduism is different than Indian culture. By the way, there are other religions in India. You know that too, right?
I do. Some of them are Muslim.
Yeah.
Some of them are Buddhist.
Yeah. Some of them are Christian.
99% of them aren't queers.
That's not true.
Okay.
You literally just pulled that number out of your ass.
Well, that may be so, but
That may be
doesn't
so,
mean
exactly.
it's not
See, this
true.
is your problem, caller. What you're doing right now is you're just pulling shit out of your fucking feelings instead of using facts and logic and reasoning. So stop being a fucking snowflake who uses his fucking feelings to direct all of his fifis and use some fucking facts in your life.
Well, you sound tough. You sound so tough.
Why are you pivoting away from the point now? Or is it because you know you've just got fucking cooked?
I got cooked. I'm good. I'm good. If you wanna take a dick up your ass, that's no skin off my nose.
Correct. Exactly.
Okay.
That's
So then why were you
that's right.
complaining about it?
That just because I don't agree with it doesn't mean I can't make a comment on it.
You're complaining about it. And I mean, it's not just a comment, right? So you're one, complaining about it, and two, justifying
complaining about it.
people being denied the ability to serve their country.
What about it? Not everybody's qualified
What about
to
it?
serve their country.
They're not qualified? How are they not qualified?
They're mentally ill.
Oh, cool. Have you ever served your country?
No, I didn't serve.
Oh, yeah. Big surprise. So, mentally ill in what way?
In the fact that they're sexually degenerate.
Oh, okay. Cool. And degenerate, meaning what?
Meaning abnormal sexual
Abnormal.
practices,
Got it.
perversion.
Okay. Cool.
Right.
All right. Interesting. So I guess that are you married?
Not right now.
Okay, but you were?
You could say that.
I could say that?
What's your point?
You ever get sloppy toppy?
Do I ever get what?
Head?
Head? Have I ever gotten head? I'm 45 years old. Yeah.
Yeah, it's considered sodomy.
You're going to hell.
You didn't know that, did you?
No, I haven't looked up the definition of sodomy as far as I'm
It's
aware.
crazy how you didn't look up the definition of
It's
sodomy,
when
but then you
one
used the
man
word just a
fucks
few
another
minutes
man
ago.
up
It's
the
crazy.
ass.
That is actually degenerate. That is actually perversion. It has nothing to do with reproduction or being fruitful and multiplying, right? It has everything to
Well,
do
that
with
goes
just
back to the
pure
cultural
hedonistic
argument.
pleasure, right? Which is
That goes-
degenerate.
Right. It goes back to the cultural.
Right? You
element.
agree it's
There's
degenerate? So
nothing
then
bad
tell
about it.
me, sir, if it's degeneracy, then who the fuck are you to lecture or to dictate who can and cannot serve their country?
I'm not lecturing. I'm just calling it like I see it. I'm not the.
Oh, you're calling it
dictator
like
in
you
this
see it?
country.
What? So it's your feelings
Right.
again.
Well, yeah, I could. Yeah, you could say that, but that doesn't mean I'm wrong.
Is it fair to say that let's just use, I don't know. We're gonna speak in very broad terms here. Do you think that the majority of the people in the military who we're going to just go with males for the time being, you think the majority of the people, the majority of males in the military have also enjoyed the thing that I was asking you about?
I would imagine so.
So what you're telling me is that the military is nothing but a bunch of sexual degenerates?
It sounds like what you're telling me is the
Wow,
military is
crazy.
full of a bunch of gays.
What you're telling me is that the U.S. military is full of sodomites. That's what you're telling me.
No, that's what you're telling me.
No, that's a definition of sodomy. No. I'm not telling you. I'm using the definition, sir.
I don't understand your question. Where are you going with this?
So the definition of sodomy includes oral.
Uh-huh.
You have engaged in sodomy.
Right.
And you agreed that it's fair to say that most males in the military have as well.
Right.
And so what you're telling me is that the military is full of people who have engaged in sodomy and who are sexually degenerate.
If you want to follow that logical of reasoning,
I'm using your logic against you, dude. It's not my fault that it sucks.
No,
by the way,
you're
Pickles, thank you
creating
for the raid.
equivalency.
Welcome in,
Just
Pickles
because
Raiders.
dudes
Welcome
get
in. We love you
blowjobs
guys.
is
Thank
not
you.
the same as dudes blowing each other. And if you ask any of the
Are you
soldiers
sure?
in the U.S. military, I think we know what their position on the subject would be.
What would their position on the subject be?
Fags out of the military.
Oh, have you ever heard of the U.S. Navy? You might want to try that again.
Yeah, and also,
that's
Collar, we don't tolerate any fucking slurs here, so get bent. The fuck off. Like, yeah. Sorry guys, I know we're struggling a little bit for hours right now, but fuck that. We're not doing that. Fuck off. Piece of shit. I know we're about the same. We're about the same age. I know I'm about the same age as that guy. And look, I remember a time when that word was used a lot more liberally, and I don't fucking care. If we could all, the rest of us could understand that word was fucked up and eliminate it from our vocabulary, so could you. Don't use that word anymore. God damn it. Anyways, one more time, welcome in Pickles Raiders. We appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for coming in. Hey, by the way, make sure if you're not already following our friend Pickles on his new account, on his new main, make sure that you're doing that. For those of you who don't know, he lost his original main a little while ago. And so make sure you've gone back and followed his other account, which was his second, I think it was his second account, which is now his new main. You guys know how it goes, but help him get that account back up, because that would be good. We should help out our friend. Also, a couple of quick thank yous. Amanda, thank you on the Blue app, says, sound like this guy's wife left him because he's a boring lay and a bigoted clown. You said it, Amanda, not me. Just whatever. And thank you over on the tube to Wesley with the 2 super chats just to show Jason. Okay, thank you. And then this caller is just weird. Hi, Matt. Hi, Nemo. Much love to you and yours. Well, thank you, friend. Appreciate it. And then thank you to Godzilla for the 10. Says, not military, but have heard stories. I was a Fed and went to boot camps here. If this guy is worried about, quote, pervs removing LGBTQ folks, didn't change that, LMAO. Yeah. Good point. Didn't get rid of the pervs, if you want to talk about perverts. Went after the wrong people.
True.
God damn it. Look, if you're going to come up, I don't care if you call or if you come up. I think a lot of the folks on TikTok understand a little bit more, but if you're over on the tube, you cannot use words like that here. Period. The end. Aside from the fact that we won't stand for it, TikTok won't stand for it. You can't use language like that. That's just going to get you immediately kicked. So I'm giving you just fucking fair notice right now. We'll argue with you, and you can be passionate about your point, but you can't use slurs for people, not the least of which dirty, fucking terrible, homophobic slurs. Don't do that shit.
Thank you, Bob Ahmed. You said on the Cash App, the Hijra population in India are respected trans people.
Oh, yeah. Also, our friend Mia, W's Mia, friend Mia sent me the court case that legalized same-sex couples in India in 2020. I understand that it's not, by the way, I understand that it's not widely accepted. I have a lot of Indian friends, by the way. One of them is gay. He's a fucking awesome dude. Doctor. I love him very much. But he can't really come out to his family. It's a culture thing. It's the way that it is. It's getting better, but not quick enough. They're a very conservative society when it comes to stuff like that. That's it. But it's not, it crosses religious lines. It has nothing to do with religion specifically. I just want to point that out. So, anyways.
And Joseph, thank you for the PayPal. You said the Talmud recognizes 6 different genders. That reflect a more complex understanding of gender than just the binary. Yeah.
Thank you to Kevin for the $1.99 super chat. I think Kevin was being facetious. At least I hope so. He said, Trump is God. Remember that. Thank you, Kevin. I appreciate that. That's funny. We can look back through history. That was my point. I was just like, trans people have always existed. So when were they widely hailed as sexual deviants and sexual perversion, whatever that guy was trying to say? I was like, just tell me, like, when are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Don't remember learning about that in history. All of the other times that happened. So strange. Not saying that we haven't gone after the gay community, because obviously we have, but this has been like a real fucking like. Just saying.
It was extremely common in Sparta and Thebes, to the point that it was just kind of like a normal practice, especially amongst Spartans that were in the military. And then, like, by the time that they got to the point where they married, there were other practices associated with the transition from military bro life to I now have a wife and that is now different kind of life. There's practices associated with it, and it was because Spartans and Thebes, man.
And Nemo, we even have like historical images from Sparta and stuff like that showing, we have showing that. I mean, look, ancient images from the time.
Yep. Yeah, people watching 300 saw a bunch of shirtless dudes with abs, all like shiny and shit, fighting each other, and they were like, "Yeah, this is a masculine movie." I mean, In a way, yeah. Just different connotations.
Peacemaker, hello. I invited you to turn your mic on. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
No, I'm totally a friendly.
Okay.
You guys are just knowledgeable. I don't want to change your topic, but I was in another live arguing a point, and I can't prove it, and I wanted to run it by you. Maybe I'm just not remembering something. You guys willing to let me ask you a question, and you just tell me what the answer is?
Sure, hit us real quick.
So we were talking about the housing prices, and I swear to God, I remember in Trump's first term that he changed a regulation or something where it, like, corporations weren't allowed to buy homes for 90 days after they went on the market. And now I Google that, and all of it talks about his new EO and everything. So am I just remembering something different, something wrong? I remember that Trump did something where he reversed something, and then after that, it let BlackRock and everybody just start swooping in and buying stuff. But maybe I'm just remembering it wrong.
No, you're right. It was a partial repeal of Dodd-Frank.
Dodd-Frank. Okay, so if I need to Google it, that's what I need to Google. Dodd-Frank and when Trump changed that. Okay.
Hold on.
I knew you guys would know. I knew you guys would know.
Dodd-Frank. So, hold on. Well, the partial repeal of Dodd-Frank, yeah, because it was the Economic Growth, Regulatory Relief, and Consumer Protection Act is what it was called.
Okay.
So, and this is what it did. For those of you who would like to know, I think this is important to talk about. So, heightened asset threshold, raise the asset threshold for automatic enhanced prudence standards, Federal Reserve stress tests. The Volcker rule, it exempted banks with less than $10 billion in assets from the Volcker rule, which prohibits proprietary trading and limits investments in hedge funds, which, guess what? That kind of fucking backfired. That's how we got the Silicon Valley Bank thing. That's where that came from. Mortgage lending relief, it reduced mortgage reporting requirements for smaller lenders and eased compliance under the Home Mortgage Disclosure Act for institutions originating fewer than 500 closed-end mortgage. And then it exempted smaller banks from more complex risk-weighted capital calculations. So those are the things it did. I forget exactly where the connection was. Yeah, 2018, Neely, that's right. I forget exactly where the connection was with the rule with the home sales with corporations, though. But that act, the Economic Growth, Regulatory Relief, and Consumer Protection Act is what it was called. But I forget the direct connection. Nemo, do you remember there was I forget what it was.
I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
So do you guys kind of remember what I'm thinking, right? There was something that happened that definitely made the companies swoop in and start buying up all these homes and jacking the price. Okay, so you think it's tied to the Dodd-Frank changes or repeal or whatever happened there?
Basically, economists said that it created a lending vacuum that allowed for, because this is what the Cato Institute says. Okay. So, actually, I've read this article before. Now it's all coming back to me. This is stuff that honestly, I got to be honest with you, I actually haven't talked about some of this stuff in a little while. I feel like this is election time stuff, because people are
Well, I didn't mean to take you off of your vibe.
No,
so,
it's fine. It's fine. It's all right. We don't. It's we can talk about this for a minute. So, anyways, this is a Cato Institute study, and it's a good study. It does actually talk about that. That there are different things that Dodd-Frank itself wasn't great. Just on its own by itself, but it also talks about the repeal of and the what happened in 2018 and the and the issues that led to as well. Well, that's fun. Guys, we got a minor restriction. If you guys can help tap through that would be great. We appreciate you. I think I know why. It was probably from that last guest. So we appreciate you. Thank you for tapping and helping. By the way, we do love the TikTok shop very, very much because the TikTok shop.
Oh, I love the TikTok shop.
It's the best. There's so many wonderful things that we can get on the TikTok shop. But there was that, and yeah, man, everything lately is like loaded about the newest bill, huh? That's weird.
Yeah, like when you search for it, I just couldn't find any reference to it at all. So I appreciate you letting me come up and talking it through so that I'm not completely crazy. There was something there that Trump did that kind of bumped the market and rose the prices up and all that stuff. So
yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's been a major problem that we've been dealing with for quite some time.
Right.
So, and there's a whole other article I need to find. I read so much on this especially around the time of the election, and now it's like I need to go back and pull all my resources just for that. But yeah.
Well,
we'll find.
I won't take up any more of your time or anything unless you want to talk more about it. But you'll find me in your comments a lot. I enjoy kind of your guys' style. Nemo, you're awesome. I don't know how you remember all the things you remember, but it's awesome to watch you kind of just dismantle people's arguments. So thank you guys for doing this. I hope you make some money doing it. Because you're definitely an asset to truth and that sort of thing. So not get all kind of hammy or anything, but just first time up here. Just wanted to say that before I left.
Well, I mean, yeah, thank you. I mean, obviously you're calling us dirty grifters, and so we appreciate that. But I'll just make one more suggestion before you go. If you're not already in the Discord, can I suggest that you join up in the Discord and anyone else do that as well? You can find a link in Nemo's link tree and in mine, because when we get some stuff, we could post it up in the political sources area or in the links area, and we can share that with you guys. And we would love to give you the ammo that you need. So
I appreciate that. You guys have Venmo and that stuff too, right? Every now and then I'll throw that around. So I think you guys probably both have those.
Yeah, you can support us via the links. All of our links for Nemo's and mine are in our bios here. If you're over on the tube, they're in the description. If we have link trees, so you can find a number of different ways. But we appreciate it. Again, just honestly, for most of you guys, listen. I understand these are tough times for a lot of people. You guys just like being here, tapping the screen, like throwing a daily heart meme, like it's fucking great. So just know that. Like, thank you. If you give $1 or $5 or whatever it is you guys want to do, that's cool. That's great. But just like fucking being here. Thank you guys for being here. Okay. Like, I mean that sincerely. You too, my friend.
Thank you both. I'm going to drop back down and hopefully someone will come up and you can just tear them up.
Okay, we'll do our best. All right.
Yeah.
Take care. Oh, Neely sent me. What did you send me, Neely? Neely. Oh, there we go. Neely with the win. So this is just after Trump. Oh, it's our friend Mia. Hello, Mia. This is just after Trump took office. This article came out. 3 ways the Dodd-Frank repeal could affect you. And then it says, and then you've got this section right here. And this is from our friend Neely, by the way, one of our awesome mods. How Dodd-Frank affected real estate investors. Real estate investors, individual real estate investors caught in the crossfire, so to speak, when President Obama signed Dodd-Frank law in 2010. One of the biggest ways it affected real estate investors revolved around new regulation of seller financing, which the law categorized appropriately as creating mortgage notes. When a property owner or seller finances the sale of their property, they allow the buyer to make payments to them on the property rather than requiring a traditional bank loan. Dodd-Frank placed stricter rules that had previously been in place on how sellers could finance properties they were selling to owner occupants and require that companies and individuals who made more than 3 home loans each year hire a mortgage loan originator, MLO, to complete transactions. Dodd-Frank also affected how private lenders made their loans and changed how a number of investors and real estate instructors who had previously offered students and colleagues valuable, quote, proof of funds letters for transactions did business. So basically, the repeal loosened all of those fucking rules, which made it easier for those businesses to do that. Hello, Mia. How are you?
Oh, sorry. I was trying to go along with like the MAGA script because they never know how to answer the first 3 questions. So I kind of wanted to loop back in honor of Pride Month. I wanted to go ahead and loop back to, for instance, LGBTQIA in the military. The importance of legalizing and same-sex couples and repealing Don't Ask, Don't Tell actually protected men. And the reason why this protected men is because, or it contributed to protecting men. The reason for this is they were more likely to be able to report SA. A big thing within the military is, especially during Don't Ask, Don't Tell, is the fact that people did not, or men could not report SA. And that was the best way to assert dominance when it came to hazing. So because the thing is, if they reported it, then it would end up being like, oh, guess what? So what are you saying? Are you gay? So that means it would actually jeopardize their career. So a big reason why inclusivity is important and, taking out these fucking gender norms is important because it actually helps protect men just as much as it helps protect women. The patriarchy fucking sucks. I'm going to tell you that right now. But it actually it gave men because for instance, I think it's 2012, men made up 53% of of those that were SA'd in the military. And that's just the reported.
And that's obviously a much higher number
Yes.
than was, of course, because it's always higher than reported.
Exactly. So when you're talking about like predator protector policies that, like, for instance, Hegseth wants to bring back, when you're talking about like retaliation, not having a sense of confidentiality, if you're doing what is it called? Restricted and unrestricted reporting. So restricted would be basically you're reporting in order to gain access to particular resources. It's also on file. However, you don't have to go like on the record and basically go through the different investigation methods and stuff like that. So it's strictly for the survivors of these cases. Whereas the unrestricted is basically you would have access to be able to do the entire like legal process, all of these things. The biggest problem with like these, like trying to roll back particular things are the fact that they have restricted who you can go and talk to when it comes to reporting in different branches. So this also, like, for instance, I didn't have to go talk to my unit. I could go talk to the sharp rep on the other side of the base that had nothing to do with my unit, right? And
Because
so
just to clarify for anyone, I mean, because obviously you need to be able to have complete separation, because who knows who it was, right? What if it was your
Mm-hmm.
direct superior? So obviously,
Mm-hmm.
like, you need to be able to go to someone else. That's why me is saying, like, that's why that's important.
Yeah, and so like for instance, like it's going to be in like I honestly feel like the only time a like going to the person within your unit is fine is if you're absolutely going for the like unrestricted because everything's going to come out anyway.
Right.
However, it's still not like it just still doesn't feel cozy. So I mean there's nothing cozy about it, but I'm just saying it makes it so much harder to come forward. So when we are talking about things when it comes to LGBTQIA, when we are talking about things such as don't ask, don't tell, and why it was harmful, it was actually very much not just about, hey, I want to marry who I want to marry, I want to love who I want to love. It was repealing that was so fucking helpful for SA survivors, especially men. It was able to actually shift the quote unquote myth of men can't be SA'd. Because there's always the myth of, oh, well, they're not able to get an erection if they don't want it, right? That type of shit. Same thing that women is like if you have that zero, then they sit there and say that it wasn't SA.
What was
So
it?
these are things that are.
What was it that
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, what was it that Congressman said? He was like, well, if it's violent or if it's forceful, the woman can just what was it that he said? It's like the woman can just she can just shut that down. Isn't that how it works, Mia? It's like like you can just you can just stop that. You can just stop your body from having biological processes, right?
So that's actually very interesting because that typically happens after the trauma, not during. So then it basically, so like the things that are very much consensual, it actually, that's why, like for instance, SMEX therapists are very important because this actually helps people that have experienced SA to be able to experience just like consensual acts. So these are all these different things because when people sit there and talk about like they think SMEX therapists are just for like kinky shit, but it's not. It's beyond that. So these help people recover to be able to lead actual like genuine like lives and not live in their trauma. Because trauma, like, and for the same people that are just like, oh, then how come you don't remember the exact day and time and what you were wearing? The one of the things on the PTSD, like how it's scored is if you have trouble remembering the traumatic event. All right. And so if it's just like, the more you have trouble remembering said traumatic event, but you know it happened, um, it actually boosts your PTSD score. Obviously not in a good way, boosting, but like it
Yeah.
rises your PTSD score. So when we talk about trauma and all encompassing, there are details that people forget. I just wanted to point that out because happy Pride, but Pride doesn't just sit there and it's not just for the gays or people like me, the half gays. It's not just for the trans communities. It's not for that. Pride actually is beneficial to all. Inclusion is beneficial to all. Just like we sit there and say, like, if it benefits a black woman, it's going to benefit the white man tenfold. Like it's genuine because there's knowledge there, there's acceptance there. And then if there's acceptance, then people are able to be believed and systems actually work the way that they're supposed to.
I mean, I have nothing to add. Fucking spot on. Yeah, absolutely. Cool.
I couldn't find my AirPods, so before he dropped the slur, I was like, "Let me get up there," and I was like, "I can't find my AirPods." So I just
Sorry, I would
I
have
wanted to.
absolutely let you school that guy, but what a joke.
No, you're fine. No, you're totally fine. I just couldn't find my AirPods before he slurred out. But yeah, I just wanted to loop back around, especially for people that overheard that and it just feels like very kind of like demoralizing and all this stuff. Like, why are people so hateful? I want you to know that his 80% was fucking hilarious. But I also want you to know that like I hope for all the protections for you because you're fucking human. You deserve those protections because you are human.
Yeah, he yeah. He
But also,
definitely
Parliament, they still wear wigs and actors wear makeup and lifts.
and lifts. Supposedly Donald Trump does too, but whatever. That's neither here nor there. Whatever. Fuck.
He wears wigs, lifts, and makeup. I don't fucking know. Like, let's be so fucking for real. So,
Awesome.
if you haven't seen the video of the Jeopardy game of gender affirming care and how contradictory these people are, that is one of my favorite videos. If I can find it, I will send it to you to play it. Because if you look at what gender affirming care actually is, you'll realize more cis het people get gender affirming care than transgender individuals.
Well, yeah, I mean,
because it can be as simple as a haircut.
yeah. No, please send me that video. That'd be great.
Okay, I'll find it. It's fucking hilarious.
Okay. Thank you, friend. Oh, real quick, by the way, I talked to your buddy, Wayne. Wayne, Mr. Clean, human thumb, Wayne. He finally blocked me. So I talked to him as I talked to him again. No, not Mark Wayne. His page was Doomsday Minute, and
Doomsday
now it's
something.
like no, but now it's changed. Now it's like Straight Talk Commerce or something like that. I don't know. Anyways, he was trying to draw parallels. Nemo, you're gonna love this one. By the way, this is there he is. You guys will know who he is. He uses way too much
tree
AI.
planting. They were.
Hold on.
I think if Nemo was up during the day, he would actually have a lot of fun with that one.
He wouldn't. This guy wouldn't entertain Nemo for any. So it's this guy. But he was saying, this was the very final conversation I had with this guy was, Erika, welcome back, Erika. Can we get some welcome backs for our friend Erika Shante back from Barcelona? Now a fan of Ramon Iberico. You're welcome. You're welcome, friend. You're welcome. Now a fan. So Nemo, so this guy, he'll have like consistently 25, 30 people in his live. He has a background that's like liberals. Like, why are you liberal? Why are you liberal? And he comes up, and then you'll go up and you'll talk to him, and you'll start to like he's like, and whatever I don't know, Mia, like, how do we describe
You're
this
not my
as,
ideal audience. You're not my ideal audience. Do you want to have a conversation?
It'd be like,
not with you. You're not my ideal audience.
You're like, you're not.
Then why are you asking a question?
Then why are you asking the question? It's like he's like, did you vote for Donald Trump? And they're like, no, you're asking to talk to liberals. And it's like, you're not my ideal audience. So, anyways, that's what this guy looks like. My final conversation with him.
He makes no sense.
He makes no
Matt,
sense.
before you tell about your final conversation, let me tell you, this dude. So I was on his live once before, and he dropped me. He goes, "Why are you a liberal?" I said, "Because typically liberals, who you identify as Democrats, push for progressive policies." He was like, "How does that make you a liberal? You're not answering the question." I said, "What? What? I'm telling you why I'm a liberal. Like I'm
Thank you,
I'm telling you why.
Crystal. W's Crystal. Thank you.
I said, I'm telling you why. And he was like, well, why are you a liberal? I said, because they did the Civil Rights Act of 1964. You're not answering the question. I'm like, what do you want? I said, what do you want? He said, tell me why you're a liberal. And I'm like, I'm telling you why I'm a liberal. What do you want me to talk about my feelings? He was like, yeah, tell me why you feel that you're a liberal. And I was like, why do you want to talk about my feelings? I don't want to talk about your feelings. All right. Tell me why you feel like you're a liberal. I'm like, you're not making any sense, sir. I'm like, my gas is being lit. I don't like it. What are we doing here? All right. You're talking about your feelings and I don't care. And then he dropped me.
He is.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
he
was
told
Nemo.
me. Yeah, he's an army vet, and so I was like sitting there telling him, I was like, well, those in poverty, like that's where the recruiters, typically, target are people that are in poverty, and he was like, it just shouldn't be that way. If I found out someone was financially struggling and I was a commander, I would make sure they were discharged from the military because that shouldn't be what our military is made up of. I was like, you think somebody that's like well off is just going to be like, you know what? Yeah, let's go embrace the suck when I don't have to.
I just fucking can't. That was really funny. Somebody says that he was Marcia says he was a regular in IRI's live, and then straight got very aggressive and rude with him, and Guy blocked him. Oh wow, for him to block somebody, like, I don't know, that's a lot. That's crazy. That's fun. That's funny. So anyways, my last conversation with him, he finally just blocked me, was he was talking about Hunter. Somebody was saying, something about Donald Trump, and he's like, and Donald Trump, he's a businessman and blah blah blah, and then he said Jimmy Carter had a business. It was fine for him to be a businessman. I was like, not on my watch, son. And I was surprised he even let me back up after like the other 2 times that I've talked to him, because he did not want to talk to me. So I fucking laid it out for him. And then I was also like, and Donald Trump has made $3 billion with crypto. And he's like, well, we don't know that that's true. And even if it is true, it's totally fine. Not against the Emoluments Clause. Look at Hunter Biden. And I was like, Hunter Biden was a private citizen. Donald Trump is the president of the United States of America. Those are 2 different things. Like, he's like, he won't show a source for anything. He'll just be like, you'll nail him on a point, and he'll just be like, no, I don't care. He's just a joke. The guy, it's just funny. Honestly,
I asked him what Title 8 was because he was talking about immigration. I was like, so like, do you know how Title 8 works? And he was like, I don't know what that is. I was like, oh, well, it's like our immigration law. And he goes, that's something you can look up on your own time. What? He's like, we had an agreement that like it's the first country that you step foot on, not making it all the way to the US. And I was like, no. And so I was like, what agreement is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, you mean like, I'm pretty sure he was talking about the agreement with when it came to Kamala Harris going down to what is the Northern Triangle? And that was the agreement he was talking about. But those were the countries of the Northern Triangle, not every fucking country. So I was like, that doesn't make no. And so I would ask him questions because I was like, let's see how long I could stay up here. Cause we were all just playing ping pong. He would be like, as soon as you would say something like factual, he would just drop you. So I was just like, oh, but like, are you sure it's not this? And he goes, nope, it's this, this, and this. I was like, that's not. That's actually not. And yeah, that was great. It was fantastic. It was wonderful.
Yeah. So the final straw for him when he blocked me was he pivoted off of the off of the crypto stuff and all that different things. This is my favorite part. I wrecked him on this. He drops me. Jacob went up after, and Jacob said something to the effect of like, he's like, you don't know about One Liberty Financial, like the company, and he laid it out for him, and the guy was like, I've never heard of that. He goes, no one, and this is a direct quote. Like this is a direct quote. No one voted for Donald Trump for crypto.
Jesus Christ.
Fuck.
I was like, and then he finally dropped Jacob. Every guest after, I stayed for like 3 or 4 people because he drops them real quick. They were like, I know what One Liberty Financial, whatever the fuck that company is. They're like, I know what it is. I know how his sons are involved. They're like, you don't know? Why are you doing this? And you're supposedly in like commerce or finance and you don't know this shit? Oh my God, he was so fucking embarrassed. So then he pivots to Israel. Of course, he starts talking about Israel. That was when I got blocked because in the chat, I was like, they're committing a genocide. Like, we're like, what the fuck is wrong with you? So anyway, it was funny. But good times. World Liberty Financial. Erika, you could have just corrected me. It's fine.
Well, I don't know. Some people don't like being corrected
I don't fucking
publicly.
care. It's fine. You're fine.
She's
I'm
just dipping her toe back in.
World Liberty Finance. I know Erica's trying to be gentle. She's trying to ease herself back in. It's World Liberty Financial. I don't fucking care. I make mistakes all the time. Who cares? World Liberty Financial.
World Liberty.
My bad. Thank you.
The thumb. I'm gonna stop following white people into MAGA lies. I know that much.
I'm done.
RJ's the worst.
RJ, yeah.
Oh God, he goes everywhere.
At 6 a.m. too, and I'll be like, no.
I'm not screaming at people.
Do you know how many mornings?
Before 8.
Do you know how many mornings I've been like, I'm going back to sleep. All right, I'm going back to sleep. And then it's like, fucking, I followed RJ into some weird fucking live, and then I end up talking with people for 2 hours, or I like end up on RJ's live for like 45 minutes. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? Where the fuck am I? What happened? Fucking RJ.
I've decided, like, for sure, the only live that I'll join before, there's 2 lives I'll join before 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And that's Steve's live and Zeus. Other than that, I'm not doing it. You're not going to have me, I'm not arguing with nobody before 8 a.m. That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
that's crazy work.
That's fair. Hey,
I'm going to tell y'all right now. Go ahead, sorry.
No.
What's up?
No, Mia, hold that thought real quick. This came in a little while ago. I just wanted, before I forget again. Thank you to Nolan on the Blue App. Says, hey, Matt, love what you do. Always love the lives. And one question for you. You know why there's so much disinformation about the California elections? Explain why the votes take longer to come in compared to other states. Yes, we can go over that in a second. And Janet said, Movie Quote Madness is back. Here's what I'd have loved to have said to Texas Mr. Gay Panic. Quote Robin Williams, R.I.P., in the Birdcage. Look, I don't want you to be someone else. I just want you to be less you. Birdcage, fucking absolute fucking classic. One of my all-time favorite movies. If you've never seen The Birdcage, you fucking run, don't walk. Anyways, Mia, I apologize. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I've been meaning to say those for like 20 minutes. I didn't want to forget
It's
again.
your
Sorry.
life. The fuck?
So check your request.
Check my request. Oh, we got some people.
So the one person I was super nervous about, or there are 2 people I was super nervous about meeting. Matt, because I was like, I don't want to like him because it just makes like making fun of him so much easier. And then RJ, because he overstimulates me just on live. Like, I had to unfollow him because I kept clicking into him fucking MAGA hunting. And the funniest thing is, like, meeting RJ in person is like completely different energy. Like, he's just so like mellow and zen. And I was just like, what the fuck? He's like, Mia, just follow me back. It's fine. Just don't click on it when it's like not Thursday or Sunday. And I was like, okay, whatever. But yeah, RJ is a whole vibe when he's MAGA hunting. And I can't. But bye and have fun.
What? Oh, okay. Mia, wait, we love Mia. Bye, Mia. Talk to you later, friend. Send me that video if you
At
find
least somebody does. Shit.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Fuck
What?
off.
Bye, Mia.
Bye,
He's
Mia.
awesome.
Wait. So let's see here. Jen Trafonic. Hi. Did you vote for Donald Trump? I invited you to turn your mic on there. It's muted. Gentrophonic, hello? Are you there? I agree with you, Noodle. L Matt W Mia. That's fine. I'm fine. All right, Gentrophonic, if you're a Trump supporter, you're welcome to re-request. Probably a mistake. That's fine.
May I share some news that I learned today?
Absolutely.
After Lorena.
Well, let's see.
Yes, yeah.
Lorena, are you a Trump supporter?
Oh, I came up by accident. Sorry about that. Go ahead and share your news.
You're okay, friend. We appreciate you. Oh, hey, friend. Hey, Peacemaker. Thank you, friend. Appreciate that. Yeah, please share some news.
Don't judge me. Nemo, keep a straight face, okay? You have to keep a straight face. You promise? Okay, cool. Today I learned that Hunter Biden did crack. I did not know that Hunter Biden did that. I thought it was the powder. I told like the sub only live that, but I thought it was only the soft stuff. It was the hard. He was doing crack.
Did you see his? Yeah, he was full Whitney. Did you see?
No, don't you dare do that. No, don't say that. That was mean. Crack is whack. You don't have the receipts.
I know.
You don't have the receipts.
Bobby,
you don't have the receipts.
I know.
Where are the receipts at? What are the receipts?
It's terrible. I know. And that's the worst. And by the way, it was great job, friend. I'll tell you, great job. Great. That's the only.
You like that reference? You like it? You get it? You got it? Mm-hmm.
I mean,
where are the receipts?
I know, right? Where are the receipts? Stop it. You're gonna make me laugh. So, anyways, yeah. Did you see his response when someone on Twitter? He's been like on fire on Twitter because
that's
someone was
how
like,
I found out.
Is that how you found out? Yes.
Come on.
We gotta show this to you guys. Nemo, did you see this? Did you see this?
No.
Okay, great. This is awesome. I can't wait. This is awesome. Nolan, yes, I read off your Blue app. In fact, we're gonna talk about the California thing in just a second. Give me 1 minute. We'll get over this. So he said multiple things. So let me see. I want to make sure I get all of them for you. So one of them was he was talking about here. Let's see. I'll give you the guys. So this one says in reply to somebody, it said, "Do I look like I'm a part of the elite oligarch class? This was taken at a Super 8 motel off I-95, by the way." I mean, respect.
His dad was the president.
He said, "I really do have to stop with profanity.
Bo would
My
never.
mom hates it." I know Bo would never. R.I.P. Oh wait, this doesn't have the. Damn it! This doesn't have the. Where's the? Oh,
I'm
this
gonna get
here
my
it is.
second
Here it is.
device.
I got it. No, I'm pulling it. I know. I gotta find it. Okay. Here we go. Let's see here. Where it is. Okay, here it is. Someone said because he was talking about how long he'd been sober. Then someone said, "BS, that was your bag of Coca-Cola in the White House." Hunter says, "It most definitely was not. I would never have forgotten my shrugs."
That's a fair point.
Right? Exactly.
And so that one is good. And then he also said, because then someone was like, "I have a picture of you doing X, Y, and Z." And then he's like, "No, you don't, because I did." And then he lists off all of the all the substances he did, and he's like, I'd know if you had a picture of me doing that. They would have already shown it. I was like, I gotta find that one for you too.
Can I please read this one?
Please.
This is how I found out. Someone said, your paintings, who gives a fuck? I want to know how much coke you snorted before posting this tweet. Hunter Biden responded, man, if you're going to be mean, at least get it right. I smoke crack. I would never have wasted coke on snorting it. What?
Here's
damn.
All right, here's another one. I'm sorry. This is actually making me really fucking like Hunter. And this is yesterday. Quote, so let me get this straight. Jake Tapper is focused on attacking my mom. Jared and Ivanka are building a private island paradise on Albanian protected land. John Jr. married the daughter of Epstein's banker, and a startup his fund backs just got a record $620 million Pentagon loan. Eric is taking an Israeli drone company public for $1.5 billion in the middle of a war with Iran that nobody wanted. And I know, but what about your paintings, Hunter? Please.
That part.
Wow.
I mean, I'm sorry. Fucking Hunter Biden crushing it.
I think he posted a meme that said he has a 28% chance of running for president in 2028 or something silly like that. I was like, do it. Why not? People love celebrities and shit to run for president. Do it.
I was like, this is.
Could you imagine?
Could you imagine?
A recovering crack addict as the president of the United States of America? No, I'm pretty sure there have been some. Kennedy was on methamphetamines. You know that, right?
Kennedy was
on everything.
Literally.
Kennedy was on that shit.
He was
Kennedy,
barbiturates.
The only reason
he was taking
the only reason that we have a positive image of Kennedy is because he was president in 1961. That's the only reason. The internet didn't exist, TV was barely a thing at that point. That's the only reason. Because he was not an angel at all. I think he might actually make Hunter Biden look like an angel because he was on everything and fucked everyone. Every woman in America that had a pulse in 1962, he slept with at some point.
Damn. He was a good president, though.
Oh, yeah. Definitely.
I mean, he managed to fucking. Oh, sorry, Mia. I see a friend.
Hi, Mia. Welcome back.
Discord. Before you move on from this topic, please go to what I sent you first at Discord, and Erica's gonna love this.
All right, hold on one second. Tony, hi. Are you a Trump supporter? Tony. Okay. We're gonna move on to Discord. We're moving on to Discord. Let's go here.
Now he's a constitutional Democrat per his bio.
Oh, okay, cool. W's.
But there is music on it, so you don't have to. You just mute it.
It'll be
just
fine.
Because
we can mute this. I'll mute the segment afterwards.
No, not that one. Not that one.
Oh, not.
You can go to that one next.
Oh.
Go to the one above that one.
Oh, there's one above it. I'm sorry, I didn't see. My bad. Oh, they both came in back to back. Oh, got it. All right, hold on. Here we go. It says, for those of you who can't read it, it says one last crack at democracy, Biden 2020.
Yep. Ain't no way. You gotta do it. But somebody gotta do it.
Someone replied to one of his tweets and said, turnabout is fair play. I'm voting for the convicted felon in 2028. I was like, I like that.
Fair enough. There's no law that says he can't be president.
Yeah.
They'd be like,
how
what
quick they would
qualifications
put
do
that
he
in.
have?
Right. They would put that in so fast.
They're like, what kind of qualifications does he has? I mean, what are we talking about? His dad was the president. That's all we needed. Like, what?
He can eyeball an eighth.
Shit! Good God! My Lord, today.
That's better than
Okay.
MAGA math. Let's be
You
so
realize
fucking
you
for
realize our
real.
relations with Colombia would improve dramatically the second that Hunter Biden was president, right?
Oh, bye, Mia. Mia pulled a Hector.
I came here for debates. Where are they? It's 1,100 people in here. You telling me 1,100 people in here are darn going Kamala Harris supporters or damn commies?
There's a lot of damn commies in here. Real quick over on the tube. Thank you to F3 Ordinanian on the tube for the $2 super chat. It just says, I support because he Bosnian warrior. And then it's just like strong arm fire Bosnian flag.
Nemo, translate that for us. What that mean?
I'm trying to think of what it could be a reference to.
Oh yeah, and also California elections for Mr. Nolan.
Oh, yeah, we're going to do that in 1 sec. Thank you to Wesley. Again, thank you, Wesley. You're a very kind friend. Wesley, the one who came up with our merch for Pride Month, the Mad Matt shirts, tanks, and mugs. You can get them. Number one link, my link tree. Half the proceeds going to the Victory Fund, that supports LGBTQ plus candidates for office. You can get your Mad Matt merch today. Thank you to Wesley, who said, hey, Matt, this is for the YouTube chat. God is a trans woman and Jesus was a gay man. No lies detected. And then thank you to Joseph, who sent the gift of the jewels. Appreciate that, Joseph. Thank you. Yeah, let's talk about Nolan's ask. I think that the only reason that the California elections are so vilified is because Republicans want them to be. Because from a factual standpoint, there's no reason for them to be. They're very safe. There's very few instances of fraud. Like it's just Republican messaging. There's that, right? That's number one. And then number two, why do their votes take so long to get in and get counted? It's big. It's a big state. They have
It's
a
a
lot of votes.
gazillion friggin' people.
That's all. So
yeah, part of the
a lot of the mail in too.
Yeah, the reason why is so. This varies by state. So the way that Florida does it is the opposite of this. When it comes to, and we're talking about mail-in ballots specifically, and I actually kind of agree with how Florida does it. So my understanding with Florida is that they count mail-in ballots the second that they come in. They don't publish those numbers, but they count them. So those numbers are already there, right? And the second that the polls close, they publish the numbers. So the idea is that, okay, hey, polls closed. Nobody else can vote. We've already counted the mail-in ballots. So we got those numbers. We got the poll numbers. Boom. There it is. The end. Done. That's why we know how the numbers from Florida almost instantly, right? And this was a thing that a policy change with them after a lot of things with them. So that's how Florida does it. I'm pretty sure. California, they will count mail-in ballots only after the polls close. So what that means is, sorry?
I said, whoa.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the idea is that they don't want to count mail-in ballots before the polls close. Because I guess the numbers would be public, I guess is their logic, and that could, in theory, influence turnout at the polls. So
But how could it influence turnout at the polls if they don't release the information? Like if they were to follow the same system, California's a massive state. It's like the most populous state in the union. So I think they need a better system.
Yeah, I mean, and their population also has a lot to do with it, to be clear.
Hmm.
So, like the system, number one, they don't count ballots until after the polls close, mail-in ballots. Two, you have to factor in. I think that they're pretty chill with getting mail-in ballots after the polls close, as long as they're postmarked before, because that's a thing too. Also, California is very big on mail elections. So I thought they did all mail elections where there were literally no polling places. You just filled that shit out in the mail and that was it. But apparently they do have polling places. But mail voting is extremely common in California. So that's a shit ton, right? And so when you factor in, if they don't count the mail-in ballots until after the polls close, and there's a shit ton of mail-in ballots because it's extremely common in the state, and it's 40 million people, that would explain why it's taking forever.
Well, that, and don't forget, as Gramingo pointed out over on the Discord chat, and I think a lot of you already maybe know this, but they got to verify every single mail-in ballot and match up the signatures. So, that's not, when you got millions of those, it's not a simple thing. So if we're talking about after the fact, it takes a lot of fucking time. So yeah, it's gonna take a bit. Thank you. Jacob says, have you looked at Election Truth Alliance and what they've uncovered about drop-off ballot manipulation? They can't manipulate mail-ins. No, I haven't seen that, but I think we've known for a long time, Jacob, that the idea of manipulating mail-in ballots is just like just about every other type of election shenanigans. It's really fucking hard to do. It's just really fucking hard. The only way that you're going to do something is if you're on the inside or at the top. If you're a Tina Peters, you've got a good chance of pulling some shenanigans off. If you're Joe Schmo and you want to get election fraud, best of luck. It's not going to happen.
Yeah, like the only way that you can manipulate mail-in ballots in any meaningful way is by literally destroying the mail, which is like a turbo felony. Yeah. Like anything related to the mail, and this is just like a holdover from back in the day, because mail was literally everything. Anything related to fucking with the mail is like tantamount to I don't know, punching baby Jesus in the face when it comes to the law. Like that, you have fucked up in ways you don't even understand yet. Like there's the post office, the USPS, they have their own FBI, for lack of a better word. Like they have, it's the postal inspectors, I think is what they're called. And when you fuck up with them, you are fucked. You are fucked. So yeah.
Nemo, is that a dog next to you, or should we be concerned about Nell's breathing?
No, that is the itty bitty dog, if you can believe it. That very loud snoring. That's not the big dog. That is the little Chihuahua.
Obi snores, so I know sometimes, so I know exactly what you mean. So I got you. Just don't kill me now if you're listening. It was a joke. It's a joke, friend. We love you. It's a joke. Don't hurt me. Okay.
I'm trying to figure out what's happening in regards to the Arizona. I don't know what to call it because they don't like us talking about the election stuff on this app. Hector calls it the festival.
Oh, the festival.
The festival fraud. I don't know, but that so like AG Chris Mays, who I've actually got to meet in person and speak to. I just don't ever record anything, which I really need to be better at if I'm going to get on Jubilee. Right? Got to record the shit. I have a whole interview, like a whole not an interview, but a whole conversation with Adelita Carhava, Representative Carhava, right? That I have not posted. I've only put it in my Discord. It really did happen. I talked to her, and it was pretty awesome. But yeah.
Well, I mean, we need to see that maybe.
Yeah, maybe one day. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Ever want to, make it to the big times, meet Joy Reid and whatnot. But anywho, she was denied the appeal today, like the case that was against Rudy Giuliani and some other guy. She was denied that her request to send the case back to the grand jury. The AZ Supreme Court denied it, and so they was like, "Nah, get out of here." But she is going to try to basically bring the case forward again. So she's going to start from scratch and bring about new charges. Is what she's going to try to do. So we have to see how that's going to work out. So because the Supreme Court did it, she's gonna try to do it herself. She's like a dog with a bone. AG Mays does not play. You can't tell her no. She doesn't understand like what no means.
I like that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Actually, that's good. That's good shit.
Yep.
Respect.
So there's that. There's that.
Yeah. Thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
What was that, brother?
I said, thanks for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump?
I sure did.
Okay, wonderful. How old are you and what state did you vote in?
I am 39 years old and I live in Oahu, Hawaii.
Okay. Why do you support Donald Trump as of June 2026?
Well, I voted for him last time, too. Everything he does is exactly what we wanted. Get the illegal aliens out, the murderers, the rapists, all of them. Get them out.
It's a big
If you want to call me racist for that, go ahead. I don't give a crap.
Did I say that? I just said it's a big
You
problem.
liberals,
So, sir, I let you talk. I was just going to respond, and I was going to ask you a question. You said you wanted to get the murderers out, right? I mean, so how many undocumented people are currently living in the United States of America?
Well, supposedly it's over 20 million, wasn't it?
Probably more like
just look at New York City.
It's actually New York City is in amazing shape. They just balanced their budget. They're getting free they're doing quite well, actually.
Just about to take away.
I want to tell you right now before you. I know you want to. Okay, I'll tell you what. I know you want to pivot to Mom Donnie. We can do that. We can do that in a second, and then I'll school you on that. But first, let me school you on immigration first.
School me. You ain't schooling shit, brother.
Okay, kiddo. Anyways, there are about 17 million undocumented people living in America. Now, the last full year that we have announced numbers on, let's see, it was 2025. Do you want to guess the number of murders committed by the 17 million undocumented people in the United States of America for the entirety of 2025 , sir? 17 million people.
How about we go from 2020?
17 million people, sir.
Okay.
So for 2025, how many people is that? What's that?
And they need to go.
Sir, no, I asked you a question. Can you please tell me the answer?
Well, how much people got murdered? Lincoln Rally and all those.
Yeah, I didn't ask for names,
children.
sir. I'm so sorry. I didn't ask for names. I just asked you what's the number for 17 million people in 1 year. What's the number?
17,000.
You think do you want to place a bet on that?
Yeah, go ahead. Sure.
How much are we betting?
Huh?
How much are we betting?
How about a punch in the face?
Well, that's a threat. It seems like you don't actually want to bet. It seems like you're afraid. Seems like you're afraid to bet because you know that you're wrong.
Of nothing.
Okay.
I live in a Democrat state, bro. I got a
Oh,
roof
got
over my
it.
head
So
and
you're
stuff, but I'm still struggling.
you're protected and you're in decent shape. Got it. Anyways,
Protected.
anyways, I'll just since you're not going to bet
All
because
they
you're
do
too
is
since
just
you're not
fucking
going to
steal
since
from
you're
us.
not going to bet because you're too afraid, I'll just tell you the number is 29.
Oh my God.
It's 29.
29 what?
Oh no, I'm
29
sorry.
what?
No, I'm sorry. It's my
29,
bad.
that's
It was
bullshit.
29. I'm
What do you
sorry.
got that
It was
from
29 in
Wikipedia?
2024. In 2025, it was 23. That's my bad. No, sir. Then where I got that from is from the Customs and Border Protection website that I'm putting up on the screen right now. Criminal alien statistics. Now, this is actually 2024. I do have 2025 because you can also pull that up on CBP.
Go to 2020.
But here's
Go to
20
2020 when all the murders
Oh,
were
really?
happening.
Awesome.
Yes.
Yeah, really?
2020?
2020? Okay, great. There were 3.
All the way from 2020.
Great, there were 3 in 2020. Great, there were 3.
Bullshit. There was more than that, bro.
Really? You want to bet?
There was murders.
I'd say, do you want to bet? But it seems like you probably don't want to. Anyways, here's the 2020. Here's the 2020 column. It's right here. And if I scroll down to murder, it's 3. Can you see the screen, sir?
No, I'm not looking. I'm on my phone.
Oh, well, you're gonna have to look. You're gonna have to scroll back into the live and look at how stupid you are.
Probably,
Anyways,
probably.
Yeah, probably.
It doesn't change the fact
All right.
that you woke liberals are stupid.
Wait a second. I just proved you entirely fucking wrong because you thought.
You didn't prove nothing wrong, bro.
Okay, Chief. Anyway,
You didn't prove nothing wrong.
Nemo, I heard his fifis.
How many ICE agents killed people? I think it was only what?
How
3
many ICE
or 4?
agents kill people? I mean, a handful.
Yeah. A handful, right? Yeah. How
A
many
handful of
legal-
ICE agents kill people. That's still a problem, right?
Yeah, but those dumb idiots shouldn't have brought guns to freaking the ICE agents where they're doing their freaking jobs, right?
Are they
Or
doing their
throwing
jobs
rocks
in
at their
America?
ICE agents' cars or ramming their cars
Wait,
into theirs.
no, hold on. Are they doing their jobs in America, sir?
Yes, they are. And
Oh, okay.
thank God. For
America's
them.
governed by the
And
Constitution,
it's even more
right?
funny that you guys call them Nazis when literally 75% of them are all part Mexican.
Okay, and
so how are they
you,
fucking?
you
Nazis?
ever heard of Franco? You ever heard of Francisco Franco?
Francisco Franco. It rings a bell. Need a face though.
He was a leader of Spain during World War II.
Okay, what about him? Are you trying to bring
He was a
the
fascist.
Charlie Kirk thing up? I think you got asked that same question.
He was a fascist.
Okay, yeah, exactly what you guys are.
Franco? Same as us?
Yeah.
No.
Yes, it rings a bell, but I never read his stupid books.
Okay, I mean that's good because Franco is or he was a fascist that led Spain and worked with
he
the
was a
Nazis.
Democrat. He was a Democrat.
No, he wasn't. He was a fascist.
He was a Democrat, bro. Just like how you guys try to blame the freaking attempted assassination guys being Republican, when literally the second guy lived on my island.
Okay. Again, I don't understand. Like
Biden Harris.
So, we're saying that Francisco Franco is suddenly a Democrat?
He definitely was a Democrat. Yes, we all know that. You guys ain't
Based
changing the
on
history,
what?
no
How
matter
how are
much
you
try.
how are you reaching that conclusion?
It's called history, buddy. Look it
It's
up.
called history. Oh, okay, cool.
Yes, everyone knows
History,
you're a fucking
interesting.
Democrat.
Yeah, 'cause you definitely know a lot about history, right? Which is
killed
why
Abraham
whenever I said,
Lincoln?
"Have you ever heard of
Who
Franco?"
killed
you said,
Abraham
"I don't know
Lincoln?
who
Who
you're
killed
talking
JFK?
about."
It's called
Who killed Martin Luther King?
Look it up.
You Democrats.
Erica.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you just say who killed Martin Luther King?
Yeah, you Democrats did.
Well,
He
I
stood
mean,
up
if you
against
believe the real story, if you believe the official
you
story,
guys
right?
and your
No.
fake
Hold on,
stories,
hold on,
you're not gonna
hold on,
remember
dude.
anything.
I'm literally going to give you what you want if you can just control your face and not move it, please.
Control my face.
Calm down.
If we have
Self-discipline.
I'll knock you out.
Okay.
Ooh, he's tough on the internet.
So
Ooh, I jump on the
anyway,
internet. Bitch, I fucking know women that will whoop your ass. Shut the fuck up.
Or
right. So the official story is that James Earl Ray.
Down here. You freaking
Oh my God, you really
ghetto
lack
ass
any
women ain't
semblance
shit.
of self-discipline, don't you?
Yeah, you're still a coward. fuck your Pride Month, bitch.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Do you feel better now?
I feel so much better letting you guys know I'm putting you fucking
Go
idiots
catch
in
a
your place.
fucking wave.
That's so fucking weird, man.
Go
eat
catch a fucking
fucking
wave or
watermelon, you dumb
something.
Yeah,
bitch.
you gotta.
Mahalo.
Don't you have a fucking Hawaiian
Mahalo.
roller coaster ride to go ride? You know.
I know, like, go have a
Oh,
fuck.
that
Go eat
was
a pig or
nice.
something. What's wrong with you? I agree. Go eat
What
a
is wrong with
pig.
you, you stupid idiot? You want
What's
to
wrong with
bring
you,
every
bro?
black person back into slavery?
Oh, wow.
What did he just say?
Say it again.
What?
Say it again.
Yeah, that's right. What?
Say it again.
What's
Repeat
he
what
gonna
you
do?
with
just
your
said.
What's
chest.
he gonna do?
Say it with your
What,
full
I'm
chest.
racist now.
Say it again.
I'm racist
No,
now, but my
just say
stepdad's
it.
black.
No,
I'm
why
racist now, but
My
my
sister's black.
Why don't you say what you just said again?
say it
I say
again.
it to my sister them all the time.
Say
bro.
it. So say it again.
Tell them stop being so angry.
No,
You
not
guys
that part.
haven't
No.
been
What did you
slavery.
say about? What did you say
Go
about?
eat some watermelon.
I had that earlier today. It's very good. It's very nutritious. But what did you
Good
say?
job.
You said
Good
something, but say it again. Why are you so
I hope
afraid
you
to
had
say
the
it?
one that Bill Gates made.
What was
Say it
the?
with your chest.
Fake ass
Yeah,
shit.
say the slavery comment that you just
So
made. Say it again.
weird.
Stand up and say it. Be a man. Say it.
I am standing up and I'll say it with my chest. You
Do it.
dumbasses want to bring back slavery.
That's not what you said.
all you guys
You're such a
been doing.
fucking Eric. He's such a fucking
He's a
coward.
coward.
He's a
He is a
cowardly.
coward.
He can't even be a real fucking racist.
Come to
Cowardly
Wahoo.
rat.
I'll knock all you fuckers
What a
out. What's
weirdo.
up, boy?
Yeah, okay, bud.
Yeah,
Whatever.
We were
what's
about
up?
to really try to engage with
What's
this guy.
up? Yeah, come.
Yeah.
Oahu, Mililani,
Yeah.
cuz. I'll fucking scrap all you woke bitches.
Okay. You are not Mahalo, sir.
Fucking guppies.
Couldn't hear you.
Said you're a bunch of guppies. That's what you are.
Yeah.
That's gonna be worth the copyright violation. I don't fucking care.
I just want to say, I told that man to catch a wave. I just want to tell you, I was gonna repeat that shit for fun. Go catch a wave. What the hell's wrong with him? He was not okay. Weird.
He would not. We're gonna roll back the. I'm gonna roll back that one to hear it. That comment he made. He said something about. He said, I think he said something to the effect of, "We'll put you back in it." He was just full on. Yeah, he was all the way there. What a piece of shit.
You know, as a Hawaiian dude, you would think he would not be okay with that whole white supremacy project that America's been doing for the last 100-something years. Like, damn.
Like, they have plantations in Hawaii.
So you want to hear a story about a plantation in Hawaii?
Ooh, please.
So my son's dad, very known ranchers. His family, known ranchers in Hawaii, and the Dole plantation there. Basically, they used to not own it, but they used to control it. If that makes sense, like it was there, they operated it. And so with them operating it, what happened is that the state came in, and not the state, but the government came in and claimed eminent domain on that land. And the family sued the government. They lost, of course, but they sued the government because they wanted to keep the land because, I mean, it's very valuable. But yeah, so that's the whole thing. That's just the whole thing down there in Hawaii.
If you ever want to be outraged, like just completely fucking outraged at the government of the United States of America yet again, like for the millionth time, read about Hawaii. That's all I have to say is it's so fucked up. You could read about Hawaii. You could read about Puerto Rico, you can read about Cuba, you can read about all of those places, and that's going to be like the millionth fucked up thing that we've done, aside from all of the just fucked up shit we do here. And it's like, oh, we go other places and do fucked up shit. It's fun. It's good times. It's terrible. It's the fucking worst what we did there. It should be ashamed of ourselves.
Speaking of Dole,
good transition.
How's Bob doing?
Oh, that one.
Bob Dole.
If you wanna hate America even more, go read about Dole circa 1904. Used to be called Standard Fruit Company. For people they're like, I'm not about to do that. Standard Fruit Company and United Fruit Company, those were the two big ones. So Dole was Standard. Those two companies did a whole lot of fuck shit back in the day in Central America, and had to do with growing certain fruit down there because, that climate is hospitable for it. The fruit in question would have been bananas. And basically, in the name of making more and more money, these companies basically convinced our government to do all sorts of fucked up things in those areas. So a whole lot of quote unquote republics were created in the name of growing more bananas.
Chiquita.
Hence the term Banana Republic.
Banana Republic.
That's Chiquita. That's what happened in Fudgesicles, Guatemala.
Yep.
Bingo.
And Dole did it in Honduras.
Yep.
It's crazy work. Like, we legit, like, the people who worked for the government, they owned some of the not owned, but they had an interest. Remember the two brothers that worked in the government? One was like the head of the CIA, I think, and the other one was the head of some other department. What were their names? I can't remember their names now. It's killing me. It is wrecking my brain that I can't remember their names.
You know what time?
Brothers. Yeah, they were during the 1950s, so during Eisenhower.
Dulles?
Yeah, Dulles.
Oh,
Yes,
Dulles.
Dulles. Because the
yeah.
airport is
Alan
yeah.
Dulles and Alan and
Is it John?
I forget the other brother. I remember Alan, but I don't remember the other one.
Because the airport is named after them. Yep. So
John,
Neely like
Alan and John.
right
Alan
on
and
it.
John. Yeah, there we go. Good job, Neely and
Awesome.
Gento. You guys got it. Good job.
So yeah, one of them owned some stock in this company. Can't remember the company's name. But what was happening is that the new president in Guatemala was pretty much like nationalizing industry down there. It's always socialism, right? It's always socialism. And it was like, F that, because like we can't lose out on our money, right? Hey, this is the family legacy. This is wealth. And so they basically like started a propaganda campaign. What was it called? PBS something? What was it called, Nemo? I know you know this. PB something was the name of the mission, the CIA, the secret mission. But it was a propaganda campaign in Guatemala. And what they did was they basically like started running ads on the radio and like doing radio programming, going against Arbonz. I think it was Arbonz. Going against him and everything. And
PB success. PB success.
There we go. PB success. I know it's PBS, but PB success. Yep. And it was in the 1950s. This was I think this happened either right before Operation Ajax in Iran or it was right after. But the 1950s, they was doing a lot of coup d'etats. It was crazy.
Yeah. This is super on brand for the yeah, I know, right? Did you just
right now?
Right? I know.
Yes. Told you.
So apparently we said it was the guise of stopping the spread of communism, because Guatemala had a democratically elected leader who decided to give land to poor farmers.
Yep, there we go.
And the United Fruit Company didn't like that, so we cooed them.
Yep. And guess what it led to? It led to a 36-year-long civil war within the country of Guatemala, where hundreds upon hundreds of thousands of indigenous people were unalived. It was absolutely awful. Like, you have got to tell, like, I really want someone to come and tell us, truly, all right, where Western intervention has actually worked.
Why do they come here, though? Why those people have to come here? What? Fuck off.
God damn, we really saved like the fucked up stuff for Central and South America. Like, I mean, the CIA under Alan Dulles, which it was like the OSS and then turned into the CIA, like post World War II, the fuckery that the CIA got up to in the name of the Cold War all throughout Europe was wild. But we saved the cartoonish evil shit for Central and South America. Like, we really did. So I looked this up because so it was the 1954 Guatemalan coup, and so 54, that means it would have been the year after Operation Ajax, because that was 53 with Mossadegh in Iran. So it was the year after that, and okay, it was to protect the profits of Chiquita. So United Fruit Company again. And yep, it was the Dulles brothers. God damn. PB success. CIA trained finance Colonel Carlos Castillo Armas, who invaded June 17th, 1954 with 150 men, but CIA propaganda made it seem like a major force. Yep. All because of
to protect that family's interest in this United Fruit Company and Chiquita Banana. Like, that's literally why they did it. Like, literally, the director of the CIA was helping his brother protect his money. That's all that he was doing.
Unfucking.
And 36 years long civil war. It didn't end, I believe, until around like 1996. It was the year that it ended. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, literally. It's pretty awful, and there's no justice. There's nothing. No one pays for that. No one makes those people whole. Like, this shit.
Major news outlets.
Wow.
Like the New York Times they would run stories favorable to Chiquita, to the United Fruit Company. God damn.
Fuck. Real quick, thank you on the tube once again to Wesley. Thank you, Wesley. Very kind as always. Right fears rigged elections because every accusation is a confession. They know they can't win a popular vote with their policies. Straight facts. Thank you, Wesley, again. I would fold this guest. I believe we was talking about that last one there. Fold this guest like fresh laundry, and I am a disabled veteran. This guy needs to learn a lesson, and someone will teach him. You said it, Wesley. You said it, not me. You said it. Mia would like us to play this video real quick. This was the one about gender affirming care that she was talking about earlier. So watch this one real quick.
Care for 200 ladies. Answer. This former U.S. House rep from Florida allegedly got a ton of Botox and a chin implant, probably to distract us from the fact he was accused of paying a teen for sex. Buzzers live. Jay.
I know the answer.
Who is Ron DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis is incorrect, unfortunately. Incorrect. Not Ron DeSantis.
I know this.
Say it.
Who is Matt
But
Gates?
I like where we're starting. Matt
people are
Gates.
from Florida.
There you go.
Gates is from Florida.
Unfortunately, from Florida, allegedly paid a 17-year-old for sex and showed up with a completely new face in 2024. Thank you so much. Gender affirming care for 400 answer. This famous podcast host may not agree with gender affirming care for trans youth, but has no problem with the testosterone hormone therapy he's currently undergoing. Floral.
Is it Tim Pool?
Who's Alex Jones?
Alex Jones is incorrect. Not the answer we're looking
Joe
for.
Rogan.
Oh.
Who is Andrew Tate? Oh, who is Andrew Young?
Who is Joe Rogan?
Joe Rogan is correct.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
wow.
It's because he's bald.
Because he's bald. Oh.
Gender affirming care for 600. Answer. This Floridian governor and former presidential hopeful wore some gender affirming heels
this is
designed to make
DeSantis.
himself taller in 2024.
Oh yeah,
Who is
that is
DeSantis?
DeSantis.
Spitzy.
Who is Ron DeSantis?
Ron DeSantis, Meatball Ron, is correct. Gender affirming care for 800. Answer. It's ironic that drag queens have become such a scapegoat for the American right, considering this leader has used enough hairspray and self-tanner to keep up with one.
Who is Donald Trump?
Who is Donald Trump?
Donald Trump, that's right. Tanny.
I like this show. I like
Gender
this.
affirming care
This
for
is
1,000.
fucking great.
Answer. It's interesting that this tech billionaire has been such an out and about transphobe, considering these past few years he's transitioned into such a little bitch.
Oh, it's Elon Musk.
Jay.
Who is Elon Musk?
Elon Musk is correct.
That's awesome.
W is for Mia for sharing that one. That's fucking great. By the way, this channel, Absent Minded Edition is this channel. Absent Minded Edition. That is fucking funny.
Absent-minded edition.
Yes.
Okay. We should watch more. Okay, never mind. You have phone calls and stuff.
We got things. Also want to say real quick, thank you to April on the Green app. Says Erika is here, so you guys are probably all right. Thank you. I will take the association with Erika any day of the week. If that's what my street cred is, fine. I'm good with that.
Street cred. I'm from the suburbs. I'm just kidding. I'm not from the suburbs. I just live in them now.
It's an expression, Erika. It's just an expression.
Nope, Matt. I swear to God, you're going on the background.
Call out live coming, incoming.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
I just want everyone to know that Matt sent me a text message that totally didn't happen, but I'm saying that it did happen. He sent me a message and he said, "You will never replace Nemo." And I said, "I'm working on it." No, Neely, not a 7
Then I sent her
hour
one. I was like, there really is a great replacement going on here.
Nemo, please. You were
Taking
really
her
good at
jobs.
this. They're taking her
took her
jobs. They're taking her jobs. Bruh, that's funny.
Oh my god.
Oh my gosh, that was fun. But I was gonna say, Neely, no, it's gonna be an 8-hour live. 8-hour live. Spread the word. full work shift.
God damn it.
Damn it, Nemo.
Yeah, it's fine. Make the backgrounds up now. It's fine.
That was funny as hell.
It was
Okay.
It was fucking great. Oh, you got it.
It better not be the same guy.
Yeah, that's not the same guy. Thank you for calling the stream. Did you vote for Donald Trump? Hello? Hello? Cool. Well, that was fun. That was exciting.
That was a great conversation. I enjoyed that one.
It was. Guys, it's just about 2. It's time. We might as well, it's time to pack it in. But we're glad that Erika's back. Are we glad Erika's back from vacation? I'm sure Erika's not glad that she's back from vacation, but we're glad that Erika's back from vacation.
Those people tried to take me out today.
Oh, and you're live. I didn't get a chance to watch you were live.
Oh,
What?
my God, Matt. That's ridiculous. I don't know what these people want. I don't know what they want. What do they want?
I mean, I think I know what they want, and I don't like it, but that's another.
What do they want? Do you know one guy asked me why did I have a hysterectomy? I was like, none of your fucking business. It was a partial, but still, like none of your fucking business. What the hell, man? I was like, what is happening in this world? I hate it here.
God damn.
Like, just ask, like thought, like he. Okay, all right, I don't. Okay. Anyway, okay, that's wild. Anyways, what the fuck? All right, let's. On that note, let's call it for tonight. Real quick, if you're over on the tube, please make sure that you're not just subscribed to me, but also to Nemo. We're on the road to get him up to 1,000 subscribers, so his @ is right down here in the description. You should also follow Erika if you're not already following Erika. A lot of you probably are, but if you're not, it's Erika with a C and then underscore Shante, SHANTE. Very easy to find. You'll see her smiling face. So please drop your subscribes. Also down in the description, you'll find the link trees if you'd like to offer additional support. We appreciate that. Over here on TikTok, you can find link trees in all of our bios. Please make sure that you're following everyone here. Also, backup accounts. Nemo especially has a couple that he goes up on. So if you want to make sure that you catch him out on all of these TikTok streams, make sure you catch all of his backups. Down the link tree. Support for all of us. Matt, can we raid just a Bill? Yeah, I think we can do that. Sure, absolutely, because we fucking love Bill. Bill is great. Also, I don't think anyone gets as excited as Bill does for a fucking raid, and he's like super happy about it. Like it, I don't like. He's so happy about it. It just it makes me happy. I don't know. Like I'm like, dude, it's not. I don't feel like it's that big of a deal, but he's super happy, and that makes me happy. And he's a happy guy. I like Bill a lot. So, anyways, neither here nor there. But lastly, would you guys please consider getting in on Nemo's Discord? You can find a link in his link tree or in my link tree. We have great conversations over there. There's links. There's sources. There. Pictures of dogs, funny pictures of Nemo, funny pictures of me. I mean, what else do you need or want, right? So come and hang out with us. I know. Yes, it's called. I know, Mia. It's called gratitude. I'm just kidding. I know. I love him. He's a great guy. I was just kidding. I'm giving him a little shit. It's fine. We can have fun. Anyways. Just a Bill, CHI. You're going to tell him that we sent you for the raid because we love Bill. And also, if you guys go over there, I want please offer all of the support. Do the follows. Follow Bill. He's a great follow. Does great lives oftentimes in the early afternoons is when you'll see him on a lot of the time. And then obviously sometimes at night here. But drop him follow. Drop him follow and show him some support. Nemo, you got anything else?
Yes, I do. Thank you, Jacob, for the memo. You said Election Truth Lines has some pretty evidence that Kamala won 2024. Y'all should really check it out. We'll take a look. And okay, yeah, that's it.
Okay. Erika, anything else?
No, I'm gonna go TikTok thought. Thank you, Matt and France. Nemo, always a pleasure. That was fucking hilarious, by the way.